Why are there people here already? There's only 2 people. Guys, I put a video up today, and I don't think anybody saw it. I put a good bit of work into thumbnail and everything. Who's here? I see that Stacy's here, Ethan's here, Murky Ocean looks like they're here. 2 people. It's just me. I tried to get somebody to come on tonight, and I'm not doing a long live feed tonight. Why is it telling me I don't have signal? Guys, there's a good chance that we may end this. I've been fighting with internet all day, so I don't know how clear it is for you guys, but it looks like shit on my end. Let's see here. Let me see if I can. I don't want to fight with this the entire feed, and I also don't want to do a big long live feed if there's only a couple people here. So I know it's holidays and shit for everyone, so if there's not very many people show up, we'll just end. It's not that big a deal. I am doing a video for Christmas. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if that video doesn't do well, I'm going to take it down and reload it as Monday's video. Because it's weird. How am I? I'm good. My hand's fairly bruised. Still, I don't know how well you can see it. It's pretty bruised all the way around, but that's because, you know, that's what, about an inch, a little bit more than an inch thick of hand that I put. Apologize for lighting. It's cold in the garage. I don't want to be out there right now. One network. Let's see here. It's telling me I have full signal, but on here it's telling me I don't. So Aiden's here. Everybody's here. Like I said, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please keep in mind, if you are getting those notifications that say that you've been a member for a certain period of time, those milestone messages, I can't see them. I'm on StreamYard. So crazy_sharp_ LLC. Stacy. That's all it is. You can't. I'm shadow banned. Yeah, I think Neebs is live too. You can't find me unless you type it entirely. crazy_sharp_ LLC. If you don't type it in 100%, you're not going to find my Instagram. And here's the thing. I'm not even sure what I did to get shadow banned. It's been like that for a while, and I don't even post anything of any merit. But I keep getting notifications like, if you would like to keep your account, you need to stop posting things that go against the guidelines. I was like, I haven't posted a fucking thing that goes against the guidelines in a very long time. But I keep getting notifications on stuff that's been up for 4.5 years. So, yeah, this isn't, guys, I don't know. Is it coming through clear for you guys, or is it choppy? Because it looks like shit on my end. Somebody let me know. Because if it's not, because it's telling me that I don't have the proper Wi-Fi. It's giving me a little warning saying that I might lose my feed. But I don't know why, because according to this, says that I have full bars. So I don't know. No, I don't have that kind of energy tonight, Polly. I did a video for Diver Dave. I did a video for, I'll let you in a little bit, Polly. I wanted to talk to you guys. I know that we don't talk about pew pew content, but if you do happen to have pew pews, my buddy Jesse over at Otter Arms can make you custom pew pew stands. This one has a barrel mount and what you call a sidecar, which is where you put your reload. So you can put one of these and have it sit next to your pew pew. So Diamond Dave, Diver Dave, Dummy P. Polly did a cool video. You just have to get a hold of him. It's Otter Arms. CrazySharp is a coupon code. You can get them made. If you reach out to him, Jesse can make you custom logos and stuff like that for on them. So he has an Instagram. It's Otter Arms on Instagram. So like I said, so I'm trying to get, I have Cole probably doing it. I'm going to talk to Jared. If Jared pops in, I'll ask him then. And Dave, who is Eggs and Ham. And I'm going to try and get somebody out here on the West Coast with me. But my plan is on New Year's Eve, we're going to start at like 7 p.m., which is 7 p.m. my time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll start on Cole. Cole will come on. And then if I can get Jared to come on, Jared will come on at 8 p.m. his time, which is, 9 p.m. Wait, I'm trying to figure it out. Jared is 2 hours. So at any rate, we'll go all 4 time zones, and I'll have a guest from each one of the time zones, and we will spend New Year's with each one of them. And we'll end out here on the West Coast with New Year's for me. So the other thing that is kind of screwing with you guys getting notifications is I posted a lot of stuff up today. So if you guys didn't see the video that went up at 4, I'm telling you, YouTube's not going to give me, I'm getting that notification again. Does a Spanto count as a Tanto? Well, it's Tonto. A Spanto and a Tonto. Basically what a Spanto is basically a Japanese Tonto. That's all it is. So YouTube's really pissing me off with that whole thing. I'm like, well, we only send out 3 notifications per channel. I'm like, but why? I have people that have signed up for all notifications for everything I post up. No, they're not going to stay. They're not going to stay on. Like Cole because he's East Coast, he's Eastern time zone because he's in Ohio. Like at midnight, he'll stick around for a little bit and then leave. So it'd be me, him, and Jared, and then Jared would hang out for a little bit, and then whoever. I think Mattisfaction. If I can get Mattisfaction to come on, he's in Arizona, so that'd be Mountain Time. So we could get that together, and then Dave can come on with me. You know what I'm saying? So it would overlap. So it'd be Cole, me and Cole, and then Jared could come on at 10 his time, and then 10 or 11 his time. At any rate, it would just continue that I would have 2 people on with me for the entire thing. And yeah, sometimes they do stay up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. What am I drinking? I actually am having a Miller Lite tonight because I'm pretty much done with everything for the day. This internet thing is going to piss me off. Connection unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging it in or move closer to your router. My router is literally right there. I'm getting pissed at this. This is going to piss me off. Here's the bad thing. I didn't drink any water today, and I'm like really thirsty. And it's dangerous because that beer is really cold, and I'm like, ooh, that's tasty. I think we should go get a good God. Okay, I need to know, how clear is it on your end? Is it nice and clear? No one has answered me yet. Yes, it's prioritized. It's just, I don't know, it's pissing me off. So is it clear or is it choppy and shitty? It's fine. Okay, cool. I don't know why my phone, it literally has got a warning sign telling me that it's an unstable connection. Just not in a good mood. Bob's here. Jake Hopkins is here. Diver Dave. You can't see the signal. Yeah, I mean, this device is telling me it doesn't have signal. but my router is telling me that it has perfect signal, and so is the actual computer itself. I don't know. This software is kind of cool, but it really sucks. What's everybody got going on? What do they got in their pockets today? I left my Norseman upstairs when I took a shower. I've been playing with this all afternoon. Aiden, I did not bring the bell in. I'm sorry. We're going to have to figure something else out. Thank you, Aiden. I'm going to ring the candle as I pour hot wax into my crotch. Wouldn't that be funny? This is awkward too because you guys are really low. I was playing DS. So Aiden, beer money, the cat, I don't know if you guys saw the dog last night pouted because the cat went out and wouldn't come back. Like, the cat didn't want to come in. The cat stayed out all night. I got ready to go to bed and I was trying to get the dog to come upstairs because the dog always comes upstairs to bed. And I was like, let's go to bed. She just laid there and she pouted. And I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, are you just pouting because the cat, because like she was going to the door and she could see the cat and she was throwing a fit and the cat just didn't want to come in. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning till the cat decides it wants to come in. And so the dog never came upstairs. And then every time I would come down and try to get her to come up, she'd look at me. And when I'd start talking to her, she'd turn her head. I was like, you fucking bitch. So penguin in my Carta. Nice. I've been carrying this. I've been carrying my Sirius. You know what drives me nuts? I did a really good video about the Sirius. And then Metal Complex did a half-ass video about the Sirius, and it got 300 views in the first 12 minutes. I'm like, that fucking dick. Okay, so that dog's job is not to, this dog will not protect the house from shit. The cat would be a better watchdog than the dog is. Your husky is not allowed near cats. Matt's dog doesn't like cats, but if you tell him, he's like, that's their cat, that cat's supposed to be here. Churro she'll look at the cat, but she won't do anything. And I'm like, that's a pretty good dog. So do I fear saying Merry Christmas? Fuck no. I said Merry Christmas all day today. As a matter of fact, I believe that I said Merry Christmas in a lot of videos. The only reason I said Happy Holidays is because, well, this is a non-denominational live feed. Not everybody celebrates Christmas. Some people celebrate Hanukkah. Whatever your holiday is, have a happy one. So that dog would that dog would watch right over everyone that walked in and out, stealing all of my valuable items. Oh, so we were talking about pew-pews, right? Okay, I have a friend. Polly might know this guy. There was a guy that I knew from Point Loma. I don't know. Significantly younger than me. His name was Alders. And so he was like just joining the Navy, like 19, 20 when I first met him. And he's a good kid, and we've stayed friends for a long time. And he's got a new girlfriend, and they stopped by. He was like, I was in the area, just wanted to stop by. And they came in. Now, I am as far south as you can get from I'm as far south as you can get in San Diego without being in Mexico. Like, I am as far from any of the police substations and police stations as you can get. And so therefore, a lot of times around the house, as a matter of, like, I say a lot of times, I mean, anytime I'm awake, I carry a pew-pew around the house. And she comes in and we were talking and she looked at me and she's like, do you have to wear that? It makes me uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, really? And I got up and I think she thought I was going to take it off and put it away. And so I grabbed her shoes and I put them next to the door. I was like, sorry, you guys, there you go. If it makes you uncomfortable, you're welcome to leave. because why do I carry a pew pew? Because a cop is too heavy. And where I live, when seconds count, the police are mere minutes away. What was that, Diver Dave? My kids want a dog, but they're expensive here, and they are selected breeds allowed government-managed housing. Yeah, I remember what Singapore was like. It's really, really strict. But the thing is, it's also really nice. So I was like, yeah, and here's the thing. I think he's starting to realize that his girlfriend is a raging cunt. And she is. I'm happy if he's happy, I'm happy for him. I just don't have to like his significant other. I'm fine with that. I've resolved myself to having a lot of friends that have significant others that I can't stand. Move this so I can see. There we go. I can get comfortable. So who all is here? There's 10 people here, but I don't know who's here. And I'm not running this for 2 hours, guys. I'm sorry. I'm only going to run it for an hour. I was trying to get Metal Complex to come on. I don't think he saw my message. I sent him a DM. I need to get his email address and start sending that stuff to him. I might go hang out with Brass Brigade. I did not realize Brass Brigade is as close as he is. He is literally maybe 45 minutes to an hour from where I'm at here in San Diego. Been there, done that. Yeah, I got a lot of friends that I just can't stand there. Midwest Knife Club. What's up, bud? So you hate the 80-20.5 now. I was looking at your pictures and I didn't want to call it out, Ethan. I think you might have tried to go too shallow with that. And I don't think you completely apexed it. And I don't think I would have laid that edge back that far. Polly's getting cleaned up, Mike. He's washing his ass. He's like, I'm going to show him my butt crack. I'm going to show him my butt crack. So that's the kind of shit Polly would do. Yeah, here's like my sister and I were talking about it. Like, she's like, oh, apparently I have to ask permission before I state my opinion around one of my husband's friends. I was like, what the fuck? Fuck that. Are they at your house? And she was like, yeah. I was like, they can get the fuck out. I'm pretty tolerant of a lot of things, but if you come to my house, there's a few things that'll get you thrown out of my house. Talk shit about my wife. Open my refrigerator before you've been told that you have my blessing to go. Like, if you come to my house, 99% of the time, first thing I'm going to say, hey, man, come on in. Refrigerator's over there. Get yourself a beer. Get whatever you want. You're welcome to it. But if I have not told you that you can go to my refrigerator and help yourself to whatever you want, and you open my refrigerator door, I'm going to escort you from the residence. That's rude. And if you decide that you have to tell me how wrong my opinions are, it's another way to get removed. I'll just like, that's great. Get the fuck out. I don't have to have you here. So where's everyone going? It's 8 people here. I'm only gonna run this. Like, if it's only 8 people, I'm not like, I got other stuff I should be doing. I actually almost canceled. What are you doing, dog? I actually almost canceled this live feed because I have stuff that I should have been doing that I wasn't. And I was like, I still had a live feed. So, but if we're only gonna have like 8 people, I'm just not gonna keep it running. So we'll stick around. Is Jared still live? That's what I'm sticking around. I was gonna see if more people showed up once he ended. I had an entire case of these Aflac koozies. When I did insurance for Aflac, you could order promotional stuff, and I had gotten it. You get them by the case, and I mean, they were cheap. And so I was like, I would give them away to business owners and things like that, and I would give away the little ducks. Aflac. I have a couple of those still around here somewhere. But I had all these promotional stuff that I bought from Aflac. And I mean, like I said, it was really cheap. And you just give them like the secretaries or whoever the first person you talk to, and you're like, hey, is the owner around? They're like, no. And you get to talking to them, and you try and make little mental notes. And if they have kids, I would come back and I would give them like the little ducks and stuff, because it's a nice little icebreaker. But it's also, they're just cool. They're cheap. And, it worked a lot of times. And, but I found the other day I was out in the garage. I was like, what is that? And I opened it up and there was an entire sealed like thing of like 12 or 15 of these things. I think there was 12 of them in a sleeve, and there was like 2 sleeves in a case. Oh, I'm not retiring it. I'm just not using it on knives anymore. It's hard on it. I'm just only going to use it on straight razors. It's the Shapton, the 12K, that 12,000, the 12,000 grit. I'm not using that, as expensive as that is. I'm not using, and it's not a Shapton glass. It's a full piece, and it's got all these grooves cut in it, and I'm going to have to take those out. So I was sharpening a straight razor for a guy, and I had to use a spot on just on down to the end. And I was like, man, this isn't good. I've got to take some time and resurface that Shapton so that I can start using it on straight razors again. Because when you're sharpening with a knife, that tip has a tendency to cut a little groove in it. With a razor, you're going just straight. Well, if you want to send me one to try out, I definitely will. But that expensive one that I got in Japan, I'm not using that for knives anymore. Oh, look what I find it. Paul, if you're still here, I'm sending you an invite. Ooh. Paul Mancino. I think I'm going to do movie day on Sunday. So the day after Christmas. I will do a Christmas live feed if you guys want. I don't have any plans for Christmas. No one has reached out to me and said, hey, coming over for Christmas. No one. I'm not going to invite myself to anyone Christmas. So I may do a Christmas live feed. I don't know. I haven't talked to my daughter except via text for like a couple of days. She's busy. She's skating right now. She was at the ice rink earlier. Let me see. Where is she at? She might still be in bed. But what time is it in Tokyo?
In Tokyo, Japan, it's 12:53 p.m.
Oh, it's 1. She's skating. What are my thoughts on a Spyderco Tenacious? Spyderco. I'm not going to like it. It's going to be overpriced and underwhelming. Probably going to have some blade centering issues. Definitely going to have some grind issues. And the heat treat's going to be suspect. Anything else you'd like to know from me on a Spyderco? That's just Spyderco in general. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Endura series, and I'm probably going to buy one. Hello. So that's my take on it. Like that's just a consistent thing with a handful of knife companies. I would give you that same spiel from Benchmade. What is Polly? You still here? Tell Paul Mancino, hey, I sent you a link.
Ready to send it? Okay, it's sent.
Tenacious coming. Tenacious isn't a bad. The designs aren't the problem. Okay, so let me get that right off. Well, I mean, some of the designs are the problem. I mean, let's be honest. Look at the Slish buoy. If Nick Shabazz had not done a video, they never would have sold a single one. The Tough. That's another one like somebody at Spyderco was like, you know what? That design, it was over there. We should do that, but we'll do it like really thick and we won't grind it down, and we'll just make it like it'll be like a doorstop with a little bit of an edge on it. A couple of their designs. There's a couple of the small ones. The Sage is not a bad knife. I had a native. I had an exclusive knife center native in XHP. It was the first knife I ever had in XHP. they're good. I like the design. Like I said, I love the Endura. I just, like, for me, the perfect Endura would be one that someone made at a different company. Like, hey, you know that Endura you love, right? Did you hear like fucking some other company started making it? Like, oh, really? Cool. That'd be great. Like the dragonflies. I don't like any of the smaller knives. I don't like the Delica too much. I like those little tiny like Firefly slip joints that they have. I think, are those the ones you're talking about, Patina? I have like a couple little, it looks like the Endura, but it's just a little slip joint. The Delica is the best one. Yeah. I should get one of those just to have it. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm sorry, I'm checking something here. Somebody just sent me a message. Okay, these are like little itty bitty miniature slip joints. Haha, Mr. Sabaz, I might buy a native or a PM3 next. Just curious about the brand. I don't like the brand. I think that they've given up a lot of quality for a lot of novelty. Like, oh, we're gonna do like 8 different colors, and we're not gonna release any new knives. We're gonna release the same 6 knives, but we're gonna do it in 8 new colors and 2 new steels. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Like a telemarketing thing? What is this? And now in sky blue. I don't fucking care. I don't know if you've noticed, there's very, very few color variations of the color palette in my knife collection. Black, copper, black and red, black and green, or green. Like, that's it. Black being the predominant color there. Come here. Come here. Psst, psst. Hey, come here. Come here. You come over here with me. Come over here. Come here. Come here. And she's pouting because the dog, see, the cat is out. And anytime the cat's out, the dog just looks at me and pouts. She's like, I'm not coming over there. She thinks that I can control what the dog wants to do. No, just, that's the colors of my channel. Well, now I'm going to make sure that Aiden never wins anything in the members giveaway. Don't forget, guys, I'm doing that members giveaway. Who's throwing shade tonight? I was watching Top Gear, the original Top Gear, the British Top Gear, because American Top Gear was, well, it was, let's not lie, it was horrible. Once again, another thing that America has taken that other people did well and fucked it up. Like any anime they've ever done, any foreign TV show that was any good that they've redone, you know, any of those things, like any of the things that America has taken from some other country and redone, it's just not good. It's just not good. Big true. I mean, I like, oh, hey, did you hear they're doing Cowboy Bebop? And I was like, it won't last a season. I watched Cowboy Bebop when I lived in Japan. It was a cool show. I watched it with English subtitles, and I'm like, yeah, they're going to screw that up. Anything they've Ghost in a Shell, any of those, they've fucked them up. So they even screw up shit that we already did. Have you seen the new Masters of the Universe? Have you seen it? I'm like, what was wrong with the original one? Like, why can't you guys just make a new show? Just take your own shit. I don't care if you want to have like a show with strong female leads and shit like that, but don't try to change this shit. Like, I'm surprised Magnum PI is not a chick. I'm like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're misogynistic. I'm like, no, I'm just saying, like 007 could work, right? 007 could work. 007 there's a lot of fan theory that 007 James Bond is an alias. That's how they got away with having multiple people play it. He's a secret agent. That might just be his designation. I'm fine with a female 007. I don't know how they're going to do the name change, but I'm fine with that. They just have to find the right person to do it. Now, to turn Spider-Man into a female, well, that's a completely different story because you've completely deviated from the source material. Hey, what's up, Cue Ball? What is this? Speaking of it. I don't. This is why I don't. Guys, I would like to direct your I will direct your attention to the fact that there is not a TV in this living room. There's not a TV in this living room. We don't watch TV in the living room. We live in the living room because there's nothing worth fucking watching. Nothing. I'm surprised you guys are watching this. That's dangerous. I'm going to have to go get another one of those. That's, to quote my father, I had the beer. I had like 2 beers on the live feed on Monday. That are the first beers I've had really since the wife left. And to quote my father, it's like, wow, I wish that tastes good. I wish I'd been watching the weather. I was unaware there was a drunk front rolling in. That's how good that tastes. I'm like, oh, that's dangerous. As a fellow Mexican, yes, we are downright obsessed with DBZ, even though our parents called those devil cartoons. Oh, Dragon Ball Z. I never watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched Fist of the North Star. That's the one. That was my favorite one. I watched Fist of the North Star, and then to tell you the truth, I didn't watch TV from the time I was like 17 until the time I got married. So until I went from like 17 to 26, I didn't watch TV. You know why I didn't watch TV? I was never home. I had an apartment as a place to keep clothes and take a shower because the fact was I was always either out at a bar trying to pick up a chick, out at a bar drunk because I was unable to pick up a chick, or leaving the bar with a chick. Until that's how I lived the first 10 years that I was in the Navy. I went out one time as a 17-year-old kid and I got drunk and I woke up 26 and married. That's basically how I lived my life for 10 years. I got to put some of this. My wife is informing me that on my puncture wound, I have to keep this Japanese antibacterial cream on it. I swear to God, guys, growing up on a farm, I don't know how many of you guys were ever on a dairy farm. I swear to God, cap on this, the ceramic bottle on this, and then the actual salve that's in it, and the smell and everything of it. I swear to God, this is the Japanese version of something that my grandparents had called cow salve. And I don't mean bag balm. I'm not talking about the green square thing that you see it at Walmart that you use to lubricate. No, it was a antibacterial salve. It was called cow salve, and it was in this same kind of container. It smells like it. It feels like it. It looks just like it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit's healing up quick. I haven't watched a football game in 3 years, probably longer. Not to make it like a political thing, but when you start kneeling at my flag, I'm just not going to support you anymore. Like they're free to do whatever they want. I'm also free not to watch, which is, you know what, that's what irritates me about all this cancel culture shit. Like he needs to be taken off the air. He needs to lose his platform. And I was like, you know what I don't understand about this whole cancel culture shit? Why don't you just not fucking watch? Like, if you don't like it, that doesn't mean that he doesn't get a platform. I don't like asparagus. I'm not trying to wish ill on every asparagus farmer in the world. I don't like asparagus. I don't eat asparagus. I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. You know where I'm going with this? People don't like Steven Crowder, and they get YouTube to take him off the platform. I'm like, how is that fucking? If you don't like what he's saying, don't fucking watch him. You know? I don't know. That's the kind of mood I'm in. I may have had a little bit of beer before we started. I don't know. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this. I can say whatever I want, really. I watch Amazon Prime. Legal 95. What does that? Okay, what's the meaning behind that? I didn't say I don't like Red Wolf. I just said we don't see eye to eye. Neebs is here. Where's he at? Hey, buddy. Did you send that box? Because I sent yours. I haven't checked. I'm just curious. I haven't checked. Well, that's funny. You were saying that, like, oh, I think I got the lighting all set up at the very beginning, and I logged in, and I was like, yeah, it'd look better if you weren't in it. The light. Hang on a second. I gotta see what Polly's doing. Call Paul Mancino.
Calling Paul Mancino. iPhone.
Oh! That was loud. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I sent you a link.
I was going to jump in the shower.
What? I've got you on speaker, and we're live, and everyone's wanting to know where the fuck is Polly.
I'm naked.
Oh, that's a fucking image. That's a fucking image I didn't need. I'll tell you. Oh, God, I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Hey, Jared, that dude lives just like right around a corner from you. Literally just lives around a corner for you. He lives out where the old Lakehurst Mall used to be. That's where he lives. You should go over and kick his ass while he's mowing his yard. My buddy Polly, the guy I was just talking to on the phone, he lives over where the old Lakehurst Mall used to be. It's now a big housing development. Well, actually, he used to live there. Now he lives somewhere else. What is it? Purple Heart Barbecue. Yeah, Purple Heart Barbecue. He's he doesn't do barbecue as a full-time job, but he's like a Purple Heart veteran and shit like that. And he's a buddy of mine. He used to work. So when I was working counterterrorism, counter surveillance, anti-terrorism, and physical security, when I did the physical security office stuff, in the administrative stuff, he was one of the DoD cops. He worked for me when I was the director of security at Lockheed Martin, or for Lockheed Martin at Point Loma and 32nd Street. So he used to work for me when I did that. He's a good guy. I like him. He's a weirdo, complete and utter weirdo. So, oh hey, it just jumped. I just now see this. Okay, when I had a Regal with hydraulics, my friends referred to me as. Okay, I like that. I had an old '78 Chrysler LeBaron with maroon. It was maroon with a white vinyl top, with red velour interior and red shag carpet and red steering wheel, it was real fucking red. I don't remember ever seeing a car that had that much fucking red in it. And we called it Riley because all the letters for Chrysler had fallen off, except just the ones that spelled out Riley. It did have that crushed velour seats and shit. The back seat, we had put I had put a stereo system. I put these great big fucking speakers in, and we couldn't ever get the bench part of the back seat to actually latch back in the right way, like it was broken. So if you stopped real hard, like anybody that was sitting in the back and had their seatbelts on, they would fall down in because the actual seat would slide forward. We could never get that seat latched back. And we were like, well, I heard it. It's latched that time. If you give it a pull, it'd be going fast and see a stop sign. And like however many people were in the back seat would go sliding fucking forward. Like they would slide down in between the cushion. They're like, what the fuck? I thought we fixed it. We used to joke about that thing because it was a 78 Chrysler LeBaron is a massive car. It's a fucking like you could put a rudder on it and drive it overseas. And we used to joke about it. The thing would it would seat 8 comfortably and 10 uncomfortably. You'd put 4 people in the front seat and 4 people in the back seat and be like, this is pretty good. And then, but if you put a couple more people in, I rode home from a party. My buddy was driving. There was 5 of us on the front seat, 6 of us on the back seat. We were all shit-faced, and there was 2 guys riding in the trunk. There was 13 people in that car. Yeah, like I said, 5 people in the front, 6 people in the back. And no, it's 13 people riding in that thing. Yeah. It was interesting. The suspension was bad, so it was like driving a waterbed. God, I wish I still had that car. That would be a dream come true. The Chrysler Cordoba, my ugly car's even uglier cousin. Jesus Christ. My dad had a Chevy Nova. That it looked like a shitbox rust bucket, and he had gotten that thing and he bought it from someone and put this massive engine in it with a supercharger and shit. And it just looked like hammered shit. But he would get on that, romp on it, and it was like being in a fucking race car. Jared never answered me whether he sent that package. I should check. Jared, did you send that package? He said 8:08, 10 minutes. He'll be back in a second. Everybody had a Cutlass. Do you remember when you were in well, I'm 47. So when I was in high school, everybody had a Cutlass. Like that's all you say. It was like people would be in the car, like no joke, people would be in the parking lot trying to unlock a car. It's like, what the fuck? My key doesn't work. And you're like, that's not your car. Yours is 2 down. It's the 3rd brown and white Cutlass. Yours is the one that's missing the front left hubcap. That's what I fucking figured. It's okay. I did a full custom Todd Begg. Did you guys get to see the thumbnail? Did you guys see that I upped my game and started actually making thumbnails now too? Here. That's how I spent most of the day. If you want to know the truth, oh, that's not going to work. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I knew a guy that had a Grand National that had to have wheelie bars because it fucking would try to flip over when you run a quarter mile. It was one of those cars that you put up on a trailer and took it to the racetrack. My dad did that with that 78 Chrysler of mine when I left for the Navy. Like he turned it into a track car. Like it was pushing like 650 horsepower at the wheels and shit. Like he was running quarter miles in it. And I came home one time and I was like, hey, is this Chrysler still here? You think I'll just use it? It's still got plates? Because you can't drive that thing on the street. Oh no, Polly's here. This is going to get ugly real fucking quick. I mean, he's here. So he's like, what are you doing? Why are you making so many noises?
I can't see you, Mike.
You can't see me.
Oh, fuck. Hold on.
What'd you do? God damn it. Here we go. Well, while you figure this, I'll be right back. I got to go grab another beer. I'll still be able to hear you guys. Molly, what do you got going on? What are you cooking tonight? Do you hear me, Paul? Just kidding. I'm coming. I'm coming back. I guarantee you there's a bunch of people that just logged in and they're like, what are we watching? What happened? What'd you do?
Nothing. I just fucking heard you crying about like, look, I'm drinking water today, and I'm drinking Miller Lite. And as soon as I get a couple Miller Lights in me, I get a little antsy in my pantsy. You better watch out, guys.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Talking about Daddy's home. Here I am. I just made some fucking snacks. Havoc.
Does your brain hear the words that come out of your fucking mouth, or is it just kind of like
They
drifting
paid
out?
$5 just so he could fucking highlight that Joey from NSYNC.
He said that fucking
wish.
I wish I had done
That
that.
fucking guy the other night said I was fucking Ray Romano, or he said I was that fucker from Friends.
Oh yeah. How you doing?
Look at this knife I got, guys. You guys ever seen one of these?
That is hideous.
That's fucking. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Wait, you're not going to bring up the fact that I didn't send that knife that you said you didn't want?
Yes, I got to use this.
Ding, ding, ding. I don't have my bell. I'm not going to ring that bell. I'm like right next door to my neighbor's.
$5. I don't even know how to do that. I was trying to. It only lets you give $1. I wanted to give you like a pen
no.
and watch
You can
shake
drag
the
it.
bell.
No, you can drag it. Like I did. I gave $20 here the other day to another channel. You just drag. There's like a cursor. You drag it across the bottom, and it increases the amount.
Who sings that song "Radioactive"? You heard that?
Yeah,
song?
sure. Yeah, I know the song. But you think I'm gonna fucking know that shit?
Who sings it though? You know the song.
I
Who
don't
sings
fucking
it?
know. I know the song, but I don't know who the hell sings it. I don't pay any. Bro, I do not pay a
You don't
bit of
know?
attention to that. Who
don't
plays?
know?
Who sings the song? Oh, Jesus Christ!
I paid the $5 because I love you, fucking Shane. I love you. Tell me when you're starting the channel so I can follow you. Yeah, Imagine Dragons.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Imagine dragging my nuts across your face, Mike. How about that? Man, the torpedoes, baby! Daddy's here.
This is why I invite you on a live feed.
Patina. I have a version of it on my channel. Can you play that?
No,
Imagine Dragon.
I'm not playing any music, and especially I'm not going to fucking
You
go
got
watch Havoc with a fucking mohawk singing it poorly.
I fucking I was editing a video and I cut one part where I was talking shit about like the barbecue enthusiasts who don't like Traegers, and I cut it with that scene from Beer Fest when he goes, "Move along, I got a mouth to feed," and he like hits the top of the fucking car. I think it went perfectly. I blended it fucking perfectly. Yeah, you can't come on the channel. You can come on Mike's back, but not on the channel. Where's your fucking boyfriend? Who's that guy with the Mickey Mouse guy with the voice modulator?
Oh, Cole.
Hey, Mike, it's Mickey Mouse.
So did you? I don't think you heard the conversation we had the one night. He was playing. He was doing a live feed, and his wife walked in and started talking, and he didn't turn off the voice modulator.
Yeah. Oh no, I heard that.
His wife sounded. I mean, she's got a deeper voice than he does anyway. But I mean, she sounded.
That's fucking terrible.
What?
Tri-state. Tri-tip. There we go, Aiden. Aiden's a fucking man. He always greets. He's like a fucking doorman at your favorite fucking hotel. He just always greets me when I walk in. Super fucking happy. Fucking give him a little tip. I wish I could tip him instead of you. He's fucking way better. He never yelled at me.
I haven't yelled at you.
I got 16 subs. I've got like 400.
It's super chat, Paul. If he had, he's talking about once you get 1,000 subs, you can get a super chat. That you can't monetize your channel. People won't. That's what he's talking about.
I think most of them are bots, though. I'm sure they're gonna fucking take them away at some point.
So I woke up this morning and I had gotten like 60 subs overnight, and then I went in and I looked at it later this afternoon when I was uploading, because I don't spend a lot of time like on my computer. I do a lot of filming and then I bring it all over and then I edit it all at once. And I was like, oh, and I got ready to upload a video and it fucking looked and I was like, holy shit, where'd all those fucking subs go?
Yeah, they did.
I think it was either an error or it was a bunch of bots.
There's probably a bunch of bots. Where's your family at?
How many times are we gonna go
No,
through?
Michael. They don't even want to spend Christmas with you. What a piece of shit you are. That makes perfect sense. Knowing you, I hope your hand is your hand infected. Maybe you'll lose your hand. You could do that. Take my straw.
No, you were just.
Are you gonna show?
Okay, we're gonna put Polly in timeout for a minute. Polly needs to take a breath before we bring you back in because, well, to tell you the truth, he's making me laugh so hard I can't fucking breathe.
I didn't know you could. I was about to say you can't put me on timeout now, and then you fucking did it anyway.
Oh yeah, I can.
I was so fucking mad every time I said for 5 minutes straight. Every time.
Okay, that was 100% an accident. I get a bunch of these. Spam things, and it's basically a link to a porn site, and so they pop up, and I just knock them down. And what happened was I clicked on the one. I clicked on it, and as it did, the chat jumps. It doesn't run real smooth. And it jumped up, and I actually clicked on you and put you in timeout. So
where the fuck is Lakehurst? What do you? This purple.
That's
heart?
right. It's the Lakehurst down there where Lakehurst Mall used to be. That's where you used to live.
Oh yeah, not like 30 minutes from there. Like kind of by there, but not that close. I don't want to live.
That's what I was saying. That's where you used to live. That's what I was telling him. Like, because I know you moved. You bought a new house.
Yes. Driving to visit my son in Tennessee tomorrow. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, y'all.
So Breeze is right there around Neves, in the same area. I mean, you guys aren't that far apart. I was just mentioning that you were in the same neighborhood, and I said you used to live down near where the Lakehurst Mall used to be.
Yeah.
Before you left that herbivore. Like, wait, did she leave you?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm curious.
Why?
Well, I'm just thinking because she's a big, nasty, like fat back pig. And if she left you, I'm like, good God, how bad do you have to be? I mean, you showed me some pictures, and I'm like, she looks like an onion smells.
Havoc's going to Tennessee tomorrow. Wonder what
Nice. I like how you changed the subject real quick.
Yeah, I don't need to go to court for you for the way you're talking. I'm gonna go to court again for how you fucking talk because you're a fucking idiot. I repair iPhones at the fucking kiosk in fucking Gurney Mills. A piece of shit. What would you do, Mike, when you quit your job? Why'd you quit your job?
Why? Because they were fucking. I can't use that word. They were. Yeah, I was like, it almost happened. I almost used a no word on YouTube.
I'm gonna have to lotion up my lips for this story.
Well, you know how those guys were.
Yeah, but like you made good money. Like
I made good money, but like money can only go so far. If you come home and you're fucking unpleasant and just like you take everything, like I would literally come home and I was just in such a bad mood. I would basically take it out on my wife and kid. Not like I would beat them and
Did you beat the shit out of her?
I'm not you. I'd just come home and I'd be in a shit mood and everything would set me off and it wasn't fair to them. And I came into work one day and remember I was supposed to go to all those meetings with the base commander, the commanding officer. And so I walked in and I was like, all right, we got that meeting with the CO. And they're like, no, we already had it. And I was like, how come nobody told me? They're like, oh, we already briefed the captain. I was like, you briefed the captain on my program. And they came in, they had an idea and I forget what it was. They had this big idea what they wanted to do. And we had already tried exactly what they were talking about once before. And I told them, I was like, well, it's not going to work. We already tried. And I was like, we already have a plan. Mike Ford and I had a plan for this. We just have to run it through, planning and NAVFAC and all that stuff. But this will get you where you want to go, but it's not going to be, the other way is just not going to work. And they're like, well, no, we already briefed the captains. We're doing it that way. And it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And I was like, I just told you that NAVFAC has already told us there's no way that's going to work, that we had to find a workaround. And we pretty much had, and we were already in the process. And they were like, no, we're doing it the other way. And I was like, they're like, you need to write it up. And I was like, I took my ID out of the computer and I put it in my thing. And I was like, I was like, where are you going? I was like, I suddenly don't feel well. I'm going home. And I left and I took 2 days off and I came back and I told my wife, I was like, I'm fucking quitting. I can't take it.
Guys, can we all slow clap for Mike?
You fucking asked.
Dude, every time you fucking tell a story, I just want to fall asleep. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like I have absolutely like no attention. I need some medication for it. Like nothing keeps my attention. Like I swear, I can't pay attention to shit. And when you tell a story, I can't do it. I don't know if it's you or just everybody. It might be you.
I fucking hate you.
Plus, your face is hideous, so I'm trying to look away as much as possible. You're like Freak Show from fucking Harold and Kumar. I gotta get back into my movie scene.
That makes me laugh. I start clapping it and I hit that fucking hand and it's sore.
Fucking idiot. Who stabs himself? I do that shit all the time. I'm cutting up food and I fucking cut myself all the fucking time.
Have you ever stabbed one all the way through like the meaty part? Like that's like an inch.
Hurts.
It
Hurt.
I mean, you can see it's still pretty bruised, but like I saw it happen and I was like,
yeah.
And I was the thing, I'm not gonna lie to you, it did not hurt anywhere near as bad as I expected it to. Like I was like, I felt it go in and I saw that it had went all the way out. I pulled the knife out and I got pressure on it. I was like, and Tino was like, I got myself, and he's like, how bad is it? And I was like, oh, it's pretty bad. I was like, it went all the way through.
That's pretty silly, Mike. What's EDC? I see you guys always talking about EDC. What is that?
Everyday carry. So everyday carry is like
just carry a knife with you. What's the problem, guys?
No, everyday carry is a whole like laundry list of stuff like flashlights, multi-tools, pry bars, watches, pins. There's people that get into those really super expensive pins. So it's a whole big gamut. EDC isn't just knives. It's like a whole, it's like gear. It's like pocket gear that you carry with you everywhere.
They're going to carry pens?
Yeah. Like an ink pen.
Wow. That's just okay.
You didn't see that tactical pin that I gave away, the big green one? I'll have to show you a picture of it. But there's entire communities. There's entire YouTube communities dedicated to pins. And then there's subsets, like there's ballpoint pins and then fountain pins, and I'm like,
listen,
Aiden
is the biggest piece of shit. That's why I started laughing. Aiden is the biggest piece of shit on this channel. He hides. He's one of your admins. And he's just a big piece of shit.
You
He
were
acts all
just
nice
saying
and friendly to
how good he was,
everybody,
like,
but he's not. He's not. He's waiting in the shadows to fucking shit on me. And this is bullshit because this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I texted you about, like 2 days ago, where you let these fucking pieces of shit, Shane, Havoc, Bob, Joey, Big
you guys know
whoever's in here, talk all this shit about me.
You know he's joking, right? You guys absolutely know he's joking.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You let them all talk shit, and then when I do it, you put me on fucking mute the whole time.
Because when you do it, you don't know where there's a line. They do it and make one joke.
No, they don't.
You won't.
No, they don't.
You're like, they make one joke, and you're like, oh, avalanche.
No, they fucking don't. They fucking pile it on pretty good. So fuck that. And then you post every time I say something.
I just know you because you have a tendency to go from 0 to holy shit, that was fucked up, and like a blink of an eye.
It's like a mood swing thing, I guess. Catch me when I'm on my good side because it's gonna spin back. I have literally
had conversations with Polly on a speakerphone and had people leave the area I was at just because I had Polly on speaker. They were like,
I used to call you and I'd be like, permission to speak. What did I say? Permission to speak freely, sir.
And I'm like, oh no, absolutely not right now.
Just go. You called me the other night. I was at the gym yelling and screaming about fucking people being in there because it's the time of year that they're back. So,
yeah.
Don't unsubscribe because of this dick.
This dick, dude.
Relax.
I'm not gonna lie. You say that, Breeze, but nah, Breeze just likes to fuck with people. He's like you.
Oh.
When there are people that like, where's Polly? Where's Polly? Where's Polly? When you're not in one of the feeds.
Yeah.
Polly is my favorite YouTube personality.
Yeah, I think so.
Polly's just my favorite personality.
I'm trying to edit my videos more so to my personality, I think.
That's a bad thing.
Nothing
good.
It's kind of funny because they're just like funny little dumb clips and the things I say. I think more so I was trying to be like another channel that's like that I really like admire, but I don't think that's the right move for me.
No, I was
Commander Cockless at your mom's naval base, and she
but you worked for me when I was the
Whoa.
Loma.
Whoa.
Yeah. No.
Hold the fucking phone, boys.
Okay,
I never worked for you.
Really? Let's go back to Lockheed Martin. Who fucking approved your goddamn paychecks?
I did work for you. I fucking hated every minute of it.
Bullshit. I was an awesome boss, bro. I got you I kept like, I found a way to keep you your job. Like it was you. Who did I keep? I got you.
Oh no, you did. Yeah, you did. That was actually
Because you were a vehicle inspector. When they shut that program down, I was like, I got to have these guys. It was you, Brian Scott, Hasso. Who else? Steve.
I don't remember those guys. Speaking of PTSD telethon, have you guys seen the PTSD coach? They sent me this. The VA sent me an email saying, "Hey, download the PTSD coach," and I was like, "Okay, we'll see what's on that."
I'm fucking good at it now. Put me in.
Dude, how is this going to help? How is this going to help? A PTSD coach, like just like a fucking app that's just like, hey, relax.
They're getting you better at it. They're getting you better at it. They're building a team. We're going to have the best PTSD team ever.
Mike said Tully was a terrible. I wasn't the greatest when I worked there, but the job was a complete joke. Like we didn't even have the proper equipment to like actually do what we were supposed to be doing.
Do you remember me taking you guys out to post in my personal vehicle?
Yeah, when we were all you should talk about that.
Because the patrol guys. So we only had to have one weapon per post. The armed guys had to ride with the cops. Then I got a government vehicle because I was still active duty. I had not gotten my retirement yet, so I still had my ID card because I was on terminal leave, and I got one of the vans and I took the armed guys around. But I would take these guys. They couldn't provide a vehicle to get these guys to post. I had to take them out to their posts for work in my goddamn own car, and that took a while too.
That was fun. That was a fun time.
No.
Always a PTSD cheerleader. And I know guys who are worse than me. I know guys who can't even hold jobs. I know guys who are really bad. Really bad. One of my buddies has like he does like the horse therapy.
Yeah.
So just hang out with a horse and just hug the fucking horse and shit. I don't know if it works. He said it works, but I don't know.
I got friends that were SEALs that after they left the military, they're like they were
Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura, your best friend.
Shut up for a second. These guys weren't like those fucking idiots. So these guys were like just operators are out doing their job. They retired from the military and then they got out and realized they can't function in normal society. So these guys were like, these guys were in charge. They were like the pinnacle. They were fucking special forces. They're operators. They're doing their job. They're in charge of shit. And they get out and they can't even fucking work at a car wash.
Well, like they can. Like a lot of them are like, there's some that get out, they're SEALs or whatever they're doing, special forces. They get out and they're successful entrepreneurs. Yeah. They just got to find something that like fits them.
That's what I'm saying. So they're trying to fit into a society that they're never going to fit into. Like it's hard enough just being an irregular in the military and then coming out and trying to fit into regular society.
Yeah.
But having done that shit and fucking coming out, I just can't fucking imagine, dude.
I don't think so. I think you can assimilate back into society. You just got to understand, like, there's definitely differences between your job in the military and the corporate world. There's a lot of differences, and that's kind of the problem because, like, a lot of people join the military fresh out of high school.
So I was 17.
Well, that was like their first like actual real career, their first real job that they had, and they're giving you like this mindset of how you should be, how things are. People are yelling and screaming at each other. Things have to get done. You're just like super disciplined. And then you join like a corporate world and you find out like it's not like that. People show up 5-10 minutes late to fucking meetings. They kind of do whatever they want. They don't meet deadlines and stuff like that. When in the military, it kind of would drive you fucking nuts. You get in a lot of trouble for that.
It still drives me nuts. Like it still drives me nuts when people do that. I'll be at your house
like
20 minutes, 45 minutes later. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't like it. People don't like come late to meetings and stuff like that. It just happens. You just got to get used to it. And I think a lot of people just don't like, there's definitely a stark difference between the military and the corporate world.
Oh yeah. I know. I mean, come on, look at like me. It was basically me, you, and Brian were the only guys that were military that worked for Lockheed Martin. Think about all the problems we had with everybody else. Time cards, showing up on time, showing up with their gear, showing up with their uniform.
Yeah.
Fucking calling in sick.
I don't think those is that like just people who were, are you talking about people who were in the military? It's people who weren't in the military.
I was talking about the guys that weren't. Like all those other like Bryant and all those other folks that worked with us. They couldn't show up on time. They couldn't do their own fucking time card on time. Like I never once had to call you, Brian, who else? Hasso. I never had to call any of you guys about your time card. Everybody else.
Have you seen how fat he is now, Shane? You see like the video of him where he's like throwing around like 100-pound like Chinese dudes, like he's practicing kung fu in like a stadium, and like they roll him out, and he fucking comes in there, and like guys are coming at him, and he just like, bah, he just fucking throws him to the side like this is absolutely nothing. When did they start, bro? This fucking guy, you can't even.
Polly, everybody here loves you, dude. I'm not joking. Like, this is how we show love in the knife community. I'm not employed by Lockheed Martin and not have your shit together. Okay, so this was, I don't know, it was Lockheed Martin, but it was like an offshoot. It was it was a security program that they were trying to pick up a contract for the government. So it wasn't like it wasn't like
Lockheed you're thinking about, like engineers and
these guys weren't building fucking planes and shit.
Yeah. They're not like software, like database administrators and software engineers and like things like industrial engineers. Like these guys
were checking the undersides of cars with a mirror, and they weren't doing a very good job of it. And I'm like, how fucking, like, I watched some of those guys, and I was like,
they didn't check nothing.
I'm like, what the fuck? They're just letting people through. I'm like, guys, like, seriously, I'm the, like, you can do this. I'm the one that gets yelled at for it.
Yeah, and I remember one guy had like this Russian guy. We inspected his truck, and he had like 2 gallons of piss in there, like 2 full gallons of piss.
You told me about
that out. Like, just when you get to the next rest stop,
Was that over at Spa War? Was that over at that Spa
War?
Yeah,
it was Spa War, actually.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that when you came back. Like,
I can't believe you remember that. You got a fucking.
You were like, I was getting ready to leave, and you guys were downloading. You were like, hey, you got to hear this shit. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll stay on the clock, because anytime Polly's ever looked at me and went, you got to hear this shit.
Gross.
It's never been like some little mundane story. It's some shit that like later you're like telling your friends, like you get home and you're like, you got to hear this shit I heard from another guy at work today.
Yeah, there's no accountability in some jobs. The military will drill in your head. Yeah, it's full accountability in the military. Some guys are like overboard on accountability. Actually, that's kind of the foundation of some of the military itself. Yeah. And I don't know. It's hard. Like I know with my job, like it's just, there's a lot of work going on. So it's hard to like just monitor what everyone's doing. To make sure people.
Like I was going to say, you're pretty high up in your structure at where you're at. I mean, not necessarily in the entire company, but
I mean, there's just a lot of work and not that many people. So it's a little bit harder to like check in. Plus, you're not around everybody. We're going into like this virtual environment, as opposed to like when you're there, everything's structured. You know exactly what everybody's doing every fucking day. As soon as you go to PT, you're going to get your brief, and then you're going to know what the hell's going on the rest of the day or the week or whatever.
Unless you got shit leaders, because I've been to commands where you had that, and you're like, it's like noon, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing today. Can someone please tell me? Because
they'll send us over. They'll send us over to the motor pool and go fucking inventory something. There's always a reason to do that.
That you were talking about that whole you were talking about that whole virtual environment, and like this is basically how work is done if you're having a meeting and stuff like what we're doing. This is basically how meetings are handled a lot now. And I was filming a video today, and I was sitting out there, and I realized that 99% of my videos, you guys don't even know if I'm wearing fucking pants. Like
I usually do because I'm usually on camera like a lot. So
yeah, but I'm saying is like from the fucking breastplate up, like that's
I'm usually just wearing sweats, and they look like pants, and they're just sweats, like, so that's kind of like just what I've been wearing. But sometimes like my camera's actually kind of high, so if I got up, I don't think you'd be able to see, but I think Shane might be right. I think he might be right. I'm not wearing.
All right, he was talking about you being a prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your plans for Christmas? What are you gonna? Are you doing a big meal there, or are you gonna?
I don't know. Well, my brother's supposed to come up, but he's not gonna come up because his daughter's not feeling well. So, all of his wife's family, I guess, is down there, and so we were either going to go down there or they were going to come up here. But either way, we're not, because of the fucking schedule I have with my daughter. So
see that's what I was talking about.
What is this?
This is a bot. So we're going to block him.
What does that mean? Like, what is that?
Doesn't mean anything, but we're going to block that user.
Fucking block him.
I did. Can't even
get out of here with that shit.
Breeze, are you one of my moderators? Because if you're not, next time I do a live feed on my phone, I'll make you a moderator. Guys, I'm gonna do a movie day Sunday where you can say whatever you want in the comments because it's not on YouTube. We're gonna just watch it. It's not gonna be cameras. It'll just be the video. It'll just be the movie, and then we'll just be in the chat.
The movie you're gonna watch?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
I think it should be a Steven Seagal movie.
I think I might watch. We had a Christmas tradition, me and my dad. After everybody go to bed, we would get up and I would help with the Christmas gifts, and we would watch. We would watch Alien. We would watch Alien on Christmas because we had it on VHS. That was like my dad's favorite fucking movie. And so while we would be wrapping my mom and sister's gifts,
and then have sex.
You are the worst fucking person in the world.
Don't get me thinking about Paulie naked. That Cro-Magnon forehead comes with a huge schlong. Usually,
forehead. That's a 5.
Usually, like you fucking know, like 9 out of 10 times for sure it's gonna happen. One time, the guy had a small schlong. I'm not happy about it.
Oh,
Look at me, I'm shamed. Ugh. My fucking my picture looks like a Lethal Weapon fucking movie poster and shit. Ugh. Anyway.
You do have a very caveman-esque appearance. Now all I can think of is unfrozen caveman lawyer from Saturday Night Live.
I need some Botox. My aunt was telling me, she's like, have you ever tried Botox? I was like, what the fuck? She's like,
before you do that, you might want to think about spending some money to get that nose pared down a little bit.
Jesus fucking Christ. Late, this is
I did a 3D view on Apple Maps of fucking Chicago, and I could see your fucking nose. It's just like sticking out.
It gets in the way. It gets in the way when I'm eating an ass because it's just like, just it's a problem.
Does it get in the way when you're driving? Like, God damn it, I can't fucking see. Like, drive me insane.
I don't have to worry about if someone fucking slaps me while I'm wearing sunglasses. Those fucking things are locked into place.
Yeah, but if you ever go to the boxing
Terminator fucking stuck to my face.
I'm joking. I have a big ass fucking. Mine's not like as broad as yours, but I got a big ass fucking nose too. And you and I'd be in the same situation. Go to the boxing gym and face gear won't work. Like headgear. You're like, Jesus Christ, he got me in the fucking nose again.
Yeah, charge my phone up here. My buddy from work's texting me.
Was that? Shane said, I laughed so much my stomach hurts. Yeah, but you said the other day that your stomach hurt. You didn't come on because you had the bubble guts and was on the can.
Shane said that?
Yeah, that was his exact quote.
Yeah. I've been cooking a lot, so I've been having some BGs going on. I smoked a whole chicken, and then whatever was left over, I made some buffalo chicken dip and I made some tortilla chips. And then I'm gonna make some buffalo chicken spring rolls with whatever's left out of that.
Probably looks like a double barrel shotgun. Got enough hair up in there in your nose. You sneeze. You look like
what does that even mean? What the fuck? 80 CFM nostrils.
So I was gonna tell you guys, I might be able to get we might be having some new gear coming to the channel. I'm trying not to laugh.
My nose is like an HVAC. Is that basically what you're trying to say, but you can't fucking speak? Like,
fucking stop breathing so hard, Polly. Say some air for the rest of.
When I'm fucking filming, I gotta like move the microphone like way far away from me because I can just hear myself breathing like fucking James Gandolfini, like in The Sopranos. I'm just like, my friend was watching it. And he was like, "Were you doing that on purpose?" I was like, "No." He's like, "You're fucking breathing really loud," and I was just like, "He's like, I thought you were doing it to fuck around."
I sent Polly a video clip one time, and it was like the hazards of having a big nose. And the guy turned, and you saw the guy from the side. He had a big nose, and he turned. And the whole tripod and camera and shit fell over, and I sent it to Polly with nothing. And I didn't explain it. He just there was a pause, and I saw like the dots, like someone's typing, and then it went away. And I saw the dots, like someone was typing, and then it went away. And I saw the dots. All I got was "fuck you," and he wouldn't answer back to any of my texts the rest of the night.
You overload me. You put me on fucking sensory overload.
No, that was the only thing I sent you, and it looked like you had typed something 3 different times. It was like. Hold on. Yeah, no, you know the little dots that pop up, and it was bubbling like you were typing for me, and then it stopped, and then it said you were typing, and then it stopped, and then it said you were typing, and then all I got was like "fuck you," and I was like, "It took you."
Half the time I don't even watch it because you send me like 30. You used to before you got a fucking YouTube job, you fucking unemployed loser. You fucking sent me like 30 fucking things in a row. And I'm just like, I'm at work. I'm like, I'm never going to watch this. Like, even when I get off work, I'm not going to watch myself.
Allow me to introduce you to a feature on every iPhone called
Shane has like a fucking writer hired to make jokes for him because there's no way he's coming up with
no,
this.
Shane's one of them country boys. He's funny as shit.
Backflush of CPAP. Oh god, that's fucking good. Where are you finding all this shit? Where does Shane live?
Shane, where you at? I can't remember where Shane's at. It's somewhere like, I know him and Javon are like somewhere on the east.
Yeah, I might
remember.
watch it.
I don't have that video. That was something that was fucking what, 2 years ago? I sent you that. But I distinctly remember that it was Alabama. So I distinctly remember that entire thing because it was hilarious. I saw that video and I was like, I just smoked a joint and I was at the old house and I saw that video and I was like, I know who needs this. I have to send it right now. And I said it and it just like it was like you didn't know how to respond and then it was like a fuck you and then you just
that's all I got. That's all I had.
I was like, I think I finally broke Polly. But no, you didn't answer me. What are you doing? Like, I knew your brother's not coming, but are you cooking there at the house or are you going?
We're going to probably cook at the house. And then my life partner is going to come out here. Don't tell anybody about my life partner. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. All I know is that my life partner is very attractive.
His name is Juan. We met.
I'm not even going to give you guys any details.
He was cleaning the lobby at Paul's building. Huh?
These guys are animals. All your followers.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Some of the shit you said about you're the
lack of better words. Look at me. I'm a nice guy. You guys just put me in a corner and I just have to lash out. Okay. You guys are all.
Don't you fucking believe it? I've known Polly longer than most people have ever. I have to be one of Polly's longest friends because there's no goddamn way he has friends that put up with his shit like I do.
Remember that Jamaican chick who fucking worked with us in Lockheed? She would talk about all the nasty shit she would do with guys, and she was so ugly too. Can't remember her name. Her name was Felon. Her name was Felon.
Felon. Yeah, I do.
I remember she had like a Jamaican accent.
Wasn't her last name Lewis or something?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Can we get sued for that?
I don't know.
Talking about people like
it's not like I know her fucking address.
I know she used to like tell people, she'd be like, "Me suck dick in the back of me car." Like that. She would like say stories like that.
She wouldn't have that accent until she got all wound up about something, and then it just all come out. And I'm like, whoa, slow down! I can't understand a fucking word you're saying.
Like you when PDM comes out.
Yeah.
When did you escape like that child sex farm you used to live in Ohio?
I mean, well,
can you tell us about like what your childhood bedroom looks like now?
It's not even there anymore.
Why would they do it?
I built a new house for my parents up the road. I don't even have
your bare hands.
No, I paid for it to be built.
You didn't build it then. Choose your words wisely, Mike. I'm very literal about everything you say.
I'm like, there's times where I'm talking with you, and as much as I love you, I swear to God, there's times when I'm talking to you, I'm like, why the fuck are we friends?
What country is Aiden from? Aiden, what are you talking about? Can we get a spell check in the fucking chat?
Where is that?
A Tailland boy, and put peanut butter in his.
I think he's talking about Island Boy. You know the Island Boy song?
Dude, those guys are millionaires for whatever.
These guys are millionaires, and every time I see them, I'm like, I would fucking love to just fucking curb stomp the shit out of both of them. Like every time I see them, and it's not. They've never done anything to me. I just look at them, and I'm like, I want to knock their teeth out of their head.
You're jealous because those guys are
not jealous. I didn't know that they were rich. Like I hated them before I found out they were rich. Like I saw them once, and I was like, oh yeah, I hate those two. Then I found out they were rich, and then I was really upset.
They're super rich. This guy's got a bunch of money.
I don't get it. I don't understand. That's how they got rich.
Me and my life partner right there. Look at that.
Yeah, nice. That's nice skirt she's wearing. What is she, Amish? Sorry.
She'll fuck you up, Mike. She don't play
Really?
that shit. You talking shit. You talk shit to me, she'll fuck you up.
I mean, you coming out here anytime soon?
She lives in the. She lives in. You know where she lives? She lives in Scranton,
Connecticut?
Pennsylvania. The Office. Well, they didn't film The Office there. They filmed The Office in L.A. But
Okay, but that's great. I'm just saying that because
place is a shithole.
there is a Scranton in Connecticut, and I think there's one in New York as well. Probably if there's one in New York, there's one in New Jersey.
There's probably one in like every state, but Scranton, Pennsylvania, and that place is not that great.
Say what?
That just Scranton's not a great place to live. I can tell you that. Schools and everything.
Like Southeast Ohio, most places, like if it's outside, if it's like northwest of Pittsburgh, like going in that line, like Pittsburgh's here, going northwest up towards West Virginia and Ohio, that whole area, West Virginia, Ohio, and Pittsburgh, there's like a ring around it. It's all garbage.
Yeah, it's
and
just
you can draw a line through Pittsburgh and then start the arc around probably all the way up to almost to Columbus, Ohio.
When I drove up here from San Diego, I drove through the Bible Belt, and that was very interesting. That was so interesting.
There's some fun radio. There's some fun radio out there, isn't there?
No, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The radio, and then the billboards. And those were fucking. I can't remember exactly what they said. But
billboards for the radio,
dude. Stuff you'd see there, and you'd be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what?" And I was like, "We got to get the fuck out of here. This is not good."
Like you're like, isn't this how Children of the Corn started? Like the radio was all religious shit. Then the next thing you know, there was kids killing people.
Yeah, and like certain parts of driving through Texas, when I drove from Fort Hood, driving through Texas, there's some parts where there's absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
like, there's no call boxes, there's no gas stations, there's no cell phone service, no.
Talking about across Texas, taking the 10. Yeah.
All the way
so basically, when you leave El Paso. Basically, until you get to like Dallas, Fort Worth, there ain't shit. Like it's empty. There's that one big gas station, like the big gas station. It's up on the only big, tall, like platform rock that's out there. Because like it's flat as a fucking pancake and the road is straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
Like I hate driving out through there. I hate driving out. I had to drive to Texarkana here a few years ago and took the 10. Basically, the 10 runs from El Paso to Texarkana. It was fucking horrible.
No, it's fucked up. That shit's scary because like California has like call boxes.
Yeah,
but there they don't have shit. So it's like your cell phone don't work.
They don't have shit or cell reception. And if the 10 is still as bad as it used to be, there was some of it that was like grooved out. Like you could it was like riding on rails. You could just let go of the steering wheel and the car would just bounce around in the ruts.
Oh shit.
But I haven't been to Texarkana in probably 7-8 years, maybe longer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Ozarks next year. It's like family trip. Only like 7 hours from here.
Ozarks, it's nice. I would go. You know, if you wanted to go anywhere, there is a big, no joke, there is a big national park in Ohio, and I'll try to remember the name of it and text it to you. But they have all kinds of camping areas and shit. It's beautiful out there. It's an Appalachian kind of foothill of the mountains kind of thing. They've got lakes and shit and little ponds, and you can go out there, and there's rustic camping, there's minimalist camping, and then there's full hookups and shit. Yep. But it's with you having a Purple Heart, it's free is what I was getting ready to say, because it's a national park.
It's about fucking time. They took away my parking spot at Home Depot, those sons of bitches.
We got it here.
Yeah, I don't know, the one by my house got rid of it. I think people were parking there
and they just
didn't actually have it. And I was like, fucking some 20-year-old fucking woman. It's like Purple Heart. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
There's the Home Depot up here has 2 Purple Heart spots and then 1 veteran spot, and no one is parking. Like I've never seen anybody parked in them except for me. So I park in the veteran spot. I don't take one of your.
I was about to say,
I stayed down enough that I didn't get that fucking enemy marksmanship.
Thank me for my service, you piece of shit.
Don't thank me. I enjoyed every fucking minute of it. It was a fucking blast.
Your parking spot, dude. I wish I had a fucking handicap placard. My dad had one, and that fucking guy, you'd be at the best parking wherever we go. It's amazing.
I got mine, and I fucking used it. Huh?
You have a handicap placard for it.
What the fuck are you talking about? I got fused vertebrae in my spine. I've had fucking 4 knee surgeries, and my hip is all fucked up. Of course I got it. I can, like, there's times I wake up in the morning, I'm like, did I have a fucking accident in the night? What the fuck?
You need to fuse your vagina shut.
Oh, uncalled for. So guys, this is like, I haven't even read a single comment. This is just me and Polly.
I'm glad Stacy's okay because I remember the last time, like when I was actually on here, I think it was the last time. That fucking tornado or whatever it was.
Yeah, I talked to her about it the next day, and I saw the news because remember they were talking about these tornadoes, and then the next day I woke up and I saw all the carnage that the shit that had been destroyed and how many people got killed, and I was like, oh shit, I hope Stacy's okay.
Yeah, that shit with the Amazon stuff and all the warehouses, that stuff's fucked up. But that's how like all warehouses are. It's not just Amazon. That's how that's how they do all their. Shane, you're a fucking badass, dude.
Shane, I got arrested on I-15 for doing 186. Why 186? That's as fast as it would run.
What a fucking badass, dude.
Don't be sarcastic.
Save some pussy for the rest of us.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I was
get a chance.
I was
save
waiting
some for the rest of us, bro.
Come here. Tank, come here.
Unbelievable.
This dog's being a pain in the ass.
Mike, you need to start earlier, dude, because it's fucking. You start at like 9:30 my time, and I don't like it. I bet most of your fans are Central and East Coast.
I don't. No, there's a reason I do it at 7:30 because Jared. I'll explain to you why. Because Jared's a friend of mine, and he runs his live feed from 7:30 to 9:30 your time, and so if I start at 7:30 my time, he's just ending. That way, people have a chance to watch both of them because we share a lot of subscribers. So it's only fair. And since I do it on Wednesdays at 7:30, I was like, I'm just going to do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 at the same time. That way it's on a schedule. Podcast I've done a couple times for people like I can't they're like I can't do it that late. So I've started early, but it really doesn't either way. It doesn't affect my viewership. There's some of these guys will stay. I've been on here for 4 hours on a Wednesday and had people on the East Coast that are like, man, I gotta work in like 2 hours. I'll talk to you later. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing online?
Why are you watching me?
They fucking love you. You got that hook in your hat. You got a bald spot. You got a mullet. You got a fucking dirty beard.
You have a mullet?
You stink.
I do not stink.
You have a fucking hole in your hand that your cock can fit in. You're a pig. Yeah, dude.
And yet here you are doing the exact same thing that they
You
are.
fucking called me. You made me feel bad. I was like,
I didn't know. I thought you wanted to come on. No, I thought you wanted to come on, and it's kind of turned into a thing that people like seeing you on here. To keep you. Dude, okay, like, you can be.
You're saying that shit was like 10 miles from her, dude. We've had that. Like I had one like 15 miles from here. That shit's fucking scary because you're like, that fucking thing turns this way. My house is gonna be gone. All my shit. Like, what do I bring down to the basement to keep? Like,
which one of my children do I like?
Dude, it's like, what do I bring down here? Like pictures. Like what am I bringing? Everything else is fucked. It fucking sucks.
Now we would have tornadoes all the time, and we would get in the basement, but where you're at, we were in the foothills of the mountains. And so it really was rare for a tornado to get down where we're at. But we would get some really fucking bad storms.
Yeah.
I never really saw so much damage from a tornado, even though I was from the Midwest. But I'll tell you what, we had this year, before I moved to this place, we had a bad storm that we had tornadoes here in San Diego. It's the first time I've seen them. And so my buddy called me and he was on his way home from work. He's like, hey man, I was on my way home down here. He's like, there was a roof laying in the middle of the street. And I was like, oh, you mean like a bunch of shingles? He's like, no, dude, like the entire roof. Like it came off of the house and laid it down in the street. And I was like, oh,
that
shit.
Shit's scary, man. I hate that. Like just hearing that shit go on. I'm like, dude, what's happening to my house right now? It's going to get all fucked up.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. Samurai Warrior. Dude, I wish I lived in like Texas or somewhere out that way. Get some fucking good barbecue and fucking good weather hot ass weather year round.
What was the old joke? Like, what's the difference between a divorce in Kentucky and a tornado in Ohio? I mean, what's the similarities? Someone, no matter what happens, somebody's losing a fucking trailer.
All right, I thought that was going to end up really bad. It actually was pretty good.
I was trying to remember because I couldn't remember the joke. I hadn't heard it in a long time. And you talking about tornadoes, and then I thought of trailers because, well, I grew up in one, and that's terrifying because I don't know if you know this, but God apparently does not like trailers because I've never seen a tornado anywhere where there was not a trailer park.
Yeah.
You want to pick a good place where you're not going to get your shit fucked up by a tornado? Live as far away from a trailer park as possible. Those things fucking cause them, apparently.
Tornadoes fucking suck for everybody. Everyone who's around them. This guy I work with, he has a Snapchat, and I had Snapchat for like a week.
Yeah.
And his name was he's like I don't know, he's probably like in his 40s. His name was Pete North for real. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Did he not know what he was doing?
No, I think he knew, but I just like never expected it. And then it like came. It was like Swing Kid Lover. It was like one of those, you know. Like I was like, what the fuck?
So Polly and I, like I said, when we worked for Lockheed Martin, we wound up having to train Polly. This is the worst part about the Lockheed Martin job. Guys that were losing their just Polly can verify because Polly already knew he had a job. There's a whole bunch of folks that were just losing their job October 1st. They were told, like I was told not to tell them, and I told them anyway. I was like, you guys got to know October 1st, you're gone. You remember that? They didn't want me to tell them, and I was like, I'm telling them.
Yeah.
And so told these guys that they were losing their jobs October 1st. So like beginning of October beginning of September, I was telling everyone like, you're losing your jobs. Like October 1st, you're gone. They don't want me to tell you. They want me to tell you the Friday before the 1st. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to tell everybody. These guys had to train their fucking replacements. You remember that?
I kind of do. Yeah. Now that you bring it up, I didn't remember it happening
because it didn't matter because you and David Scott and then Marco Hasso, I managed to keep you guys because I put you on the armory shaft.
Did you tell anybody that we were staying, or was it just? I think we didn't tell anybody we were staying.
No, I kept it. I told everyone. I kept it transparent. I told everybody I was trying to keep people, and we only had that one guy leave. Remember, I helped Flack get his job at dispatch and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it was, so the thing was like, this was the garbage part of this job. So these guys know that they're leaving. They had to meet their replacements. They had to train their replacements. And knowing all of this, they found out like I told them that they were losing their jobs. They wouldn't have known. Like these guys were training the replacements, and there were other bases where they didn't let anybody know. And these guys just came to work and they're like, oh yeah, here's your paycheck and we need you to leave.
Was this the Securitas guys?
No, it was no. Securitas was the dog handler stuff. Those were the actual, those DOD guys, Swing Kid Lover and all those guys.
I don't even remember that shit.
So anyway, long roundabout way to get this story. So Polly and I were out at the one post, and this guy that was out there that these guys were training as their replacement, I was like, hey, they want me to get an email list for all of you guys so that I can pair you guys up on the schedule and email you guys the schedule so that everybody gets it and I don't have to like put it out first thing in the morning. I wanted everybody to have the schedule so they knew who they're going to be paired up for training.
Why is this fucking story taking so long?
Because I'm high. And so I told
you fucking see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Fucking
So
story.
anyway,
Let me tell you how I tell the story. Fucking story.
We get
I worked with.
doing
He's a
emails.
real
This
piece
guy's
of
like,
shit.
I was like,
he had braces. He was a fat asshole, and his fucking email was Swing Kid Lover, and he was a piece of shit. End of story. That's all you need.
Anyway, I go up and everybody's like, oh, and so everybody tells me their emails. And I'm like, okay. And this guy looks at me and he goes, what's your email? I was like, swingkidlover@hotmail.com. And I was like this.
Excuse me?
And I look over and Polly
you
is
applied
like,
for a job with that email? Is that what you did? Okay.
So Polly, I look over, I write it halfway down. I was like, what was that again? And he tells me, he's like, swingkidlover@hotmail. And out of the corner of my eye, I see Polly, and he's like vibrating.
I start fucking turning red. My tits start bouncing. Like, ooh.
He wanted to say something so bad, and I've never seen him be so calm. Like he was like he was gonna pop. He was biting his lip. I swear to God, he was vibrating. He wanted to
every day after that. That was like so odd to me that you would apply for a job with that silly little email,
right? And so we
got it. So
we get in the van, and Polly is like, "Did he really say?" I was like,
"Yeah, it seemed pretty weird." So
he's like, "That fucking pedophile motherfucker." I was like,
"Yeah."
Was he a fucking brony?
What the fuck is a brony?
You don't know what a brony is?
No.
Oh, dude, hang on. Here we
I
go.
lived a very sheltered life.
Yeah, sure.
I used to go to Tijuana when I was like 12 years old. You don't want to know what the fuck I was doing down in TJ when I was like 12 years old. It's
Probably
fucking
same shit I
unbelievable.
did the first time I ever came out here.
Dude, I can't believe I used to do that shit. That's so crazy.
I'm trying. This is all right, Polly. These are bronies. You're gonna. Oh God, here we go. Okay, so before I do this, I have to get your honest to God promise that you're gonna be good and you won't use any YouTube no words. Can you promise?
You're like ruining the fun now.
Okay, well, I'm all right. I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk here.
What is a brony?
This is I can't. These are bronies. These are guys that have an unhealthy obsession.
It's like a bro pony.
These are guys that have. These are males that have an unhealthy sexual attraction to My Little Ponies.
That's incredible.
Bronies.
That's incredible. That's not even. I have no fucking clue that would be what that is. That's incredible. No idea.
And I'm pretty sure we worked with one of these. His name is Finn.
People are fucking weird, man. Some people like. There's something on like HBO where this guy was like. I remember watching it like 10 years ago, probably. This guy was like, he was getting like his balls stomped with like high heels. Like women in high heels are stomping his balls.
Yeah. Well, do you remember? Like I sent you and Brian Scott that video of the dude getting kicked, like the chick walking up and kicking him, and she had him like tied spread eagle.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, and he did it like two.
Dude, some people just like. I mean, everybody likes what they like, and some people are just fucking like weird shit. I don't know.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of crazy
kink
shit out
shame
there.
anyone. I'm just saying, like, I just am surprised you didn't know what a brony was.
No, I probably seen it before, but like, I don't know. That was fucking funny.
Because like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not PTSD or anything. I just don't fucking sleep. I get maybe 3 hours of sleep a night. I've never slept, and that leaves me a lot of time to find all kinds of weird shit in the deep dark corners of the internet. Like if the internet was a living room, the place where I go looking for weird shit that I send you and other people is like if you like you know how when you're vacuuming your living room, you never move the couch. So back in that back corner, there's some fucked up shit back there. That's where I internet. If the internet world was a living room, that deep dark corner underneath your couch is where
you go on the fucking dark web.
No, I just go to places where I can find all kinds of weird shit.
Dude, their TikTok posts like little videos about people finding shit on the dark web, and there's some weird shit out there.
I've wound up just through random like surfing the net, wound up in some weird fucking places going, I need to let me back out of this a little bit.
What am I doing in here? Like, I don't really fuck around. I don't know. I don't really go on the internet and do shit. I'm mostly on YouTube just watching fucking cooking videos most of the time, or cooking.
I found a hardcore Masters of the Universe fan site where like these guys would get in arguments about things that happened in episodes and names of alien races and shit in the old original Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Remember those? So I found a picture, and knowing I found this whole like chat room of just hardcore Master of the Universe, I found this meme where it was Fisto, the guy with the great big metal fist, and he's behind He-Man, and He-Man is bent over, and somebody had put the text, he's like, just relax, He-Man. What are you doing, Fisto? And I posted that up, and I will tell you that those goddamn geeks had some dirty, filthy mouth. They were not at all impressed with me. And I took a screenshot of the entire like chat room thread where it went down, and they were talking about, oh, that's the orc race. They're the race from the little, the Orcos, the little guy that.
Dude, there's a whole like fandom Wikipedia of like shit for Lord of the Rings, for Harry Potter, where like somebody who just had like a 2 seconds in the frame, they'll tell you about that person's life story. They're in the movie for 2 seconds, and they're like, oh yeah, that person was. And
I love to just jump in there and find a random fucked up meme. Like I'll find that chat room thread and be like, oh, and then I'll leave that open in another window. And then I'm like, what can I find that's fucked up about this? So I can
Yeah, I
like
don't
2:00 in the morning, and I'm like, man, nerds have got filthy mouths. They were extremely unhappy.
I think Breeze makes a good point. There's probably like a brony like live right now. And they're probably like, look at these idiots talking about knives. Like, what do these idiots look like?
Right? Like, oh, dude, did you know there's entire knife channels and there's you and me like frozen like this? Like, I'm like, has like a screenshot.
Can we look up scatology
No,
on purpose,
Nope.
not on accident?
nope.
I don't even know what that was. That the study of shit? Like, what is that?
Okay, but that's yeah. Well, it's those folks that like it, and we can't talk about it because that's one of those weird. That's one of those weird fetishes. Like we can talk about bronies, but you can't go talking about the other ones. Like two
The
girls.
AI right now is peeking into the chat.
The AI is like, what the fuck are they talking about?
What? Did I hear scat?
Do I take their money? Do I take their money? Yeah, yes, no, take their money.
Two girls, one cuck.
I put up a video the other day, and I used my own music. I made it in GarageBand on the computer, and I got a fucking copyright claim. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I got like 8 active copyright claims that I'm contesting.
I still don't understand that. Like when like people like some fucking random person will post a music song and like it's not a
no. Okay. So there's a few companies that went through the entire Apple iTunes catalog and then took all that music and then basically put it on YouTube as copyrighted so that they can try to claim other people's content. So what will happen is you get a copyright claim. A lot of people will just see a copyright claim and go, oh, I'll just delete that section of music. I contest it because I know it's user free. So a lot of people don't realize that you can actually say, no, that's actually either original music or it's music that I had a license to. Yay! Thanks, Aiden. But so what you do if you contest it and you dispute it, they'll just give you the money after 30 days. But there's companies that have they're just dirty fucking scamming bastards. They know they're not going to win. So what they rely on is a lot of people will put them up and then they get a copyright and they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll just leave it. I just won't take money from this. Because a lot of people's channels don't generate but like $1 a month. But over the big scope, as many people as use that music, like Apple iTunes, that's a lot of videos.
Has anyone seen the HPV diva?
I have not. You should probably changed your channel name because of you.
Probably.
So while everyone's here,
watch it, Stacy.
This reminds me because we were talking about something the other day, and I admonished Polly about putting something up on my Instagram about a knife I didn't send. Anyone?
You want to tell everybody the story? You got all
I will in a second. Has anyone that was involved with the entire slicey dicey thing that gave money? I want to know if you got your money back. I'm still trying to track that. Super Steel Steve and I are still on that. I just like he said he was going to pay everyone back. I just want to see if he has been paying people back or if he just did a couple and then bounced with it. But what were you going to say? What were we going to talk about? Don't forget, I'm high.
Huh?
Oh. The reason I admonished you in Instagram about the knife thing. So Polly, if you guys remember a while back, Polly won a giveaway on the channel here, and I sent him a message, and he goes, "What?" He FaceTimed me. He was like, "Well, what did I win?" And I was like, "All right, hang on a second, let me go get it." And he's like, "No, I gotta go." And it's like, "Just send me a picture." So I sent him a picture of what he won, and his exact response was, "I just keep it. I won't ever use it." But he's continued to go on here in Instagram and go, "Mike, where's that knife I won?"
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's here. It's on the shelf.
Okay, can you send it to me?
I can.
Live on the channel right now. I want it sent.
I'm not doing it right fucking now, but if you send me
your address tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll write up this. I'll put it in
or do it now. Or go fuck yourself. Or go fuck your mother and then fuck yourself.
Do you remember the time that we hung up on that one MA? The dude called up to the armory. And do you remember how that dude came up? Don't you ever fucking hang up the phone on me? And I was like, dude, you need to get the fuck out of my office because I don't fucking work for you.
How do you do this? Was like 15 years ago or something. How do you remember that shit?
Yeah, it was about 15 years ago.
How do you remember this stuff?
So Polly and I were in the office and we were running the armory, and this dude called up, and I was like, dude, I don't have time for your shit. We're in the middle of an inventory. And I hung up and he called back and he was mad and he was like, don't you ever hang up. You hang up. I was like, hey, what's this sound like? And I hung up and Paulie looked at me and he goes, I don't think that's going to end well. That dude, no joke. That dude ran up the like 47 steps and was in our office like that. And I was like, bro, I'm fucking busy. You can go stand at the end of the fucking line. I was like, I don't fucking work for you. And even when I was here, I still outranked you. So go fucking wait at the end of the line. There's no way that this is going to end well. That dude was a fucking prick. That was at MA2.
Did you belly bump him? Yeah, I don't remember.
No.
I just never got along with the MAs. So
I didn't either. It was good. I mean, there was a few of them that were okay. Badowski, the guy that came in the one time with his gauges in, I forgot to
I
say.
remember Badowski. Yeah, he was funny.
Paul was funny. I still have his phone number. It's still in there as Banff. And everybody's like, what's that? I was like, it's badass motherfucker right there. That's Banff.
No, he was funny. I got along with him.
Paul Badowski, that dude was a blast. I did like that cat.
Yeah.
The second he showed up, I was like, I'm gonna like this kid because he showed up when I was still active duty and he worked for me in the armory for a while. I was like, I actually like this.
No, he was cool. I always got along with him. Who's a mail order bride? Me? I'm a mail order bride. Is that what you're saying? I think Shane said I was a mail order bride, which that's perfect. I mean,
Shane, what?
I'll go work for some guy for sit around the house and do nothing.
What was this? Stacy, there's something with that girl. I think they're having a side conversation that I have not at all been following.
Pay attention.
Oh, FPV. I think they're talking about FPV Diva. Okay, I got it. I scrolled up. Guys, I'm sorry.
Pilot? That's, oh no, like a fucking pilot, like not like a real pilot.
Yeah, that's
Thank you for saying her name correctly, Stacy. These other fucking idiots aren't using the proper
I think she might be a mail order. I actually knew a guy that had a mail order bride, and they wound up. They basically had their.
We both knew a guy who had a mail order bride. Didn't he work with us?
No. This is a guy in Japan. This is a guy that wound up, dude. This guy's life got fucked up, dude. Like he fucking met this chick through like some catalog. They got married. She ran up like a fucking $30,000 fucking, no joke, $30,000 in fucking calls on a phone. Like phone calls on a fucking credit card.
That's kind of unbelievable. Remember when Serrano told us that story about when he was in the Philippines? Bye, Breeze, you piece of shit.
Later, Breeze.
When he was in the Philippines and they were at like a bar and that stripper, hooker, whatever, lifeless body was there, and she like, I guess the sailor had his beer on the counter, and she walked over and she like took it and sucked it up inside of her.
Oh yeah,
went and put her leg on him and then like dropped it in his mouth, and he was like, ah! He was all fired up, and I was just like, oh my god.
But here's the thing: that's not a lie, because I've been to Thailand. I've actually seen exactly what you're talking about.
I'm kind of like weird about germs, so that would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If I was like 20 years old, I wouldn't mind as much, but dude, now I'd fucking lose my mind.
So many things now. Like I look back on shit I did, and I'm like, good God, I rolled those dice on death so many times. Like, Jesus, how did I fucking make it?
Shane, where's those videos?
Hang on a second, I'll be right back. I gotta grab a.
Don't leave me with these people.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go to the refrigerator. That's where the beer is.
Oh god, this is fun.
This is fun.
Hey, thanks, Aiden. I appreciate that. Dude, if I could, I would do OnlyFans. I would totally fucking do it. Like, no shame. I think my mom would be fully supportive of me.
I have an idea, Polly.
To make that amount of money.
I have an idea and a proposal. Nothing sexual. How about we do this every Wednesday night, and it'll be just like a Wednesday night thing. Me and you do a video, because the fact is, like, I was just thinking about it. You're like, this is like Jimmy Kimmel and that fat homo.
The magic shows. No, I can't do it on Wednesdays. I can do it on
I'm just kidding. I don't want you on here every week anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Wednesdays, you have every other Wednesday, you have your kid.
He wants to see a close-up of my nose.
I mean, don't get too close. You're going to get grease. You'll get grease on the lens. Like, do you leave doors open so you just like you don't have to like You put your foot out so you can push the door open quick. That way you don't hit your nose on it. Because there's no way you're gonna fucking reach that door handle. Degenerate.
Who?
Degenerate is already there. What is stopping you, Polly?
Nikki Merckx, you came in at a wrong time.
Nah, Nick Merckx, you came in at the right time. I've been into the
You
devil's
came in at
lettuce
the wrong time, you fat fuck. Get out.
You don't even. Why are you being mean to my followers?
No.
Jesus.
Sorry. I didn't mean. First of all, okay, hold the phone again because all of
He
you
hasn't done anything to you
ripping
yet.
on me.
I get it
And
why you're going off
He's
on
probably
the
not going to be mean to me because right now he just got in here. But as soon as he gets warmed up and he sees how the room is flowing with all the hate towards me, he's going to start. So I got to get on top of it before he fucking.
Oh, okay. So that was a preemptive strike. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Just so I can, stay ahead of it. So I can fucking get ahead of him.
You know, they haven't done anything yet, but I think we should shoot them anyway because they thought about it. I mean,
Like
any way you look at it,
he's probably going to shoot me like in an hour. So I just went ahead and shot him right now.
Like they probably haven't thought about it yet, but they're going to. And if we just shoot them, then they won't even have the chance. Let's just a preemptive strike that way before it even happens. Like a train wreck. What was this? I'm out, Stacy. I'll just follow her to see what she needs. But what she's up to? I don't know. Anyway, later, Shane.
Shane, you leaving?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know it. Shane is the one of the primary guys that set up that whole 24-hour knife rights thing that we did. I mean, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes coordination because I want you to think that it wasn't just me and my guests. There were like 12 other channels of people just like me. Can you imagine the logistics of getting that set up so that everyone went live on their channel at exactly the right time and had their guests? I'm surprised it even happened, to tell you the truth.
Throw shit at Paulie, guys. Aiden, I've never been rude to you. I don't understand.
Yeah,
I like you the most.
The second he said something to you, you just kind of went off.
I like Aiden the most. You come in here, he's like a piece of shit doorman. He greets me like an asshole, and he just like starts shitting on me after that. He's like, "What is that about?"
Imagine
doing like YouTube.
He's referencing something I said. Can you imagine being a fucking
dude
at a frat party?
You don't want
like, bro.
I can tell you with that comment, I don't shut the fuck up. I'm fucking like I heard you talk a lot. I'm fucking nonstop.
What was this? Yeah, he was up the whole time too. Our first overnight date. Oh, how cute!
What's going on here? What's going on? A love story brewing.
Stacy and Shane sitting. That doesn't work, does it? It's pretty hard to do the Stacy and Shane sitting in a tree. KISSING. Huh?
I got into a YouTube wormhole and they were showing they were showing the interrogation of that Florida Parkland High School. I don't know if I could say the word. The school shoot.
Oh, the shoot.
They were showing the interrogation and the guy was like breaking down the psychological like patterns and things he was doing and how the investigator was basically like doing things to kind of show that like when it came to court, like he couldn't prove that, like try to prove that he was crazy. So
I know what you're talking about.
It was so weird. I was like, damn, this is the guy who was breaking it down. It was like 50, 60 million views. And the guy who was breaking it down did a really good job. He would like pause it. He'd show his mannerisms. He'd show like the techniques the detective was using.
There's a couple of those channels. I fucking love them. When I can't sleep, I'll just put that on and play it.
It's so interesting. And I'm just like, fuck. You don't even like, that's the kind of shit where you don't even think about like people when they do that stuff, you just think it's an interrogation. And like,
no, because I went to interrogator school. So I do know.
Oh God.
Like how,
here we go.
No, that's what I was going to tell.
Why did you need, why did you have to go to interrogator school?
Okay, so we had like a limitless budget, so we had so many schools that we could go to per. So, dude, we went to schools we didn't fucking need just to get out. Like that command was horrible. This was one of the
DOD or in the Navy.
No, this was in the Navy.
What the fuck?
This is in the Navy. So we had so much. Well, okay, so it was like a shore unit. And it was, we fucking had all these schools and shit that were available to us. And basically we used Spec Wars budget. And so if we had time and fucking nothing was going on, I'm like, fuck it, I'll go to school. Like, I don't want to fucking be here working in a goddamn Connex box, just doing
Yeah,
nothing.
I mean, that sounds like a better idea. I didn't know you ever did that.
Yeah,
I'm
there was
not
so
a
many.
detective. I didn't even like being a fucking cop. I actually wasn't even a cop. I was like a DOD security guard. I didn't even like doing that. Babysitting fucking people.
He was, dude. You want to talk about it? Like, he's grumpy now. You want to talk about an unhappy, unpleasant motherfucker? When he worked for the Department of Defense,
Dude, I used to because I was going to school, and so I was going to school. I'd go to school till 10:30. I'd go to bed at like fucking midnight. I'd get up at like 3:00 in the morning. I'd start work at 4 a.m. I drink like 3 fucking Red Bulls a day. Every time I pop one open with fucking Paige, we'd pop one open, and it would be like, what do we say? We'd say like real pain for my sham friends and champagne for my real friends. And we'd fucking toast a Red Bull and fucking start drinking like 3 or 4 of them a fucking day.
I remember that. I remember that day you got those fucking red lines and you didn't realize you were only supposed to drink half of it. You drank like 2 bottles and you came in.
I was
and
like Techno Viking. I was like Techno Viking on the fucking post.
You came in, you're like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep for 2 days. I think I just drank meth. I was like,
yeah, dude. I remember Baze used to he'd keep the fucking bollard up, and then someone would walk up, or like someone would drive up, and he'd be like, "What?" Like it'd be like fucking like they were fucking bothered. I was like, "What are you doing? Fucking put it down."
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I hated that job so much, working for the Department of Defense. But the fact of like you and Carpenter and Baker, and the fact of all of us fucking with Childs.
Childs. Yeah, Childs is ridiculous. I think Childs does I found him one time on like Instagram.
Doesn't he work for like the forestry department or some shit?
I don't know, but I know he does some custom made stuff, and it was actually kind of interesting. I can't remember what he makes, but he does like custom made. I don't know if it's like woodwork or what it is. And I was actually like, this guy's actually got some skills. Like, what the fuck?
He always talked about he loved doing woodwork stuff. And then we would fuck with him. Like then he just stopped talking. And then we were like, how many days do you think? Like, dude, we were like starting a fucking when's he gonna knock himself off pool at one point. Like, dude, I think we've got him there.
A little bit too much. Yeah, follow me on OnlyFans on Purple Polly. Aiden's a fucking animal tonight. Aiden, what's gotten into you, you fuck? Because you're a real fucking piece of shit tonight.
I love you, Aiden.
Purple penis eater. That's me on OnlyFans. What's backseat quality?
We were fucking. Was it you or was it me and Baker? Was it you and me or me and Baker that wound up going into fucking Carpenter's office because Carpenter was like, "Look, you guys got to leave fucking Childs be." Was that me and you or was that
probably me?
It was either me or you and me or me and Baker because we were fucking with Childs and fucking he went and cried to somebody and we wound up in the office in front of Carpenter. He's like, "Look, guys, just leave him the fuck be."
He's just but he brought it on himself. Like, I tried to leave him alone, but he just would bring it on himself. Like, he would fucking follow you around and try to bother you for no reason and just ask you dumb questions, like at 4 o'clock in the morning. And it was just like, it's not the time and the place. I remember Herrera used to it'd be like 35 degrees and he'd come out the back. He was like, he'd be like tying his boots and he couldn't even reach his boots because his poncho got in the way. And he'd come out the back sweating. It's like 35, 40 degrees or whatever it was. Pouring sweat.
Well, I haven't talked to that dude in a while. You know what? I do remember the time in the locker room at the old security building when you were messing with Stuart and Stuart was like, "Go ahead. What do you got? Like, you can't fucking piss me off." And I was like, "Ooh, bad call, Stuart."
One time he was eating. And I was like, because this was when I was running. I was doing like a half marathon or something. I had a big ass blister on my foot, and we were at 33 Alpha. And I was like, I took my boot off. Like, I was in full uniform. I was in the cop uniform, everybody. And I took my boot off. I took my sock off. I had this big fucking blister on the bottom of my foot. And I was like, he had a knife. And I didn't have a knife. And so I was like trying to pop it. And I was like, give me your fucking knife. Let me pop this thing. And he like wouldn't give it to me. And I was just sitting there fucking with it and squeezing it. And I squeezed it and it shot like across the table and it hit the window and it went all across his food and he fucking chased me out. And I'm like, he wouldn't let me back in. I had no fucking shoe or sock on, one boot and like my full uniform. And I'm like, let me in. He wouldn't let me in for like 30 minutes. I was standing outside. Everybody was driving by fucking watching me.
You were in the locker room that day and he said that you couldn't say so. He's like, "Dude, what do you got, man? Say whatever you want. You're not going to piss me off." And I was like, fucking Stuart, I believe you fucked up 2 minutes later, fucking people had to separate them physically. Like fucking Stewart was trying to kill Paulie. I was like,
we're belly bumping.
he was so fucking mad.
I was getting turned on. It was a good time.
But that's what I was saying. Like I hated.
He was
I hated
so
the
funny.
job.
Like he was so
I
funny.
hated the job, but all this shit.
I know that's what made it a little bit better. But like I remember he was so funny. He'd be like, he'd come into 33 off and he'd be like, listen, when I get home, me and Janet are gonna go take a jacuzzi. And I'd be like, well, where are you gonna take it to? And he'd be like, we're gonna go take a jacuzzi. I'd be like, yeah, but where are you going with it?
But
Like, you know what I mean?
Thinking, like, where are you stealing it from?
No, yeah, exactly, dude. And I would keep fucking asking him like the same thing, but rewording it like for 5 fucking minutes, and he would just keep answering. And I'd be like, "How long are you gonna let me do this to you?"
He was a great dude, and you know, God bless him, he's passed, but he was not very fucking smart. I was fucking I was a supervisor, whether I was his direct supervisor or not. I was a GS11 supervisor. And so I come through the gate one time and he's smoking in the shack over there at gate 14 going on the dry side. Is that 14? So he's out there, he's smoking, and I see him doing it. I was like, Stuart, man, put the cigarette out.
Why do you care?
And I was like, because the guard shacks were my responsibilities, the upkeep and all of them.
Smoking in the guard shack?
He was in the guard shack smoking, like on.
Yeah, you probably told on him because you're a fuck.
No, I didn't tell on him. And so I come back a little bit later and I was like, Stuart, stop fucking smoking in the goddamn guard shack. Because as I was leaving, he's smoking another cigarette on my way out. And I came back. No. I come back, and as I'm walking by, fucking Carpenter, I didn't say a word. Carpenter's got him in there screaming at him because he fucking, somebody else told on him. And he fucking came out and thought I did it. And Carpenter was like, what do you mean? I was like, I caught him twice. And he goes, and you didn't fucking tell me? I was like, no, I figured me telling him was enough, but apparently it wasn't because somebody else caught him.
Yeah.
Somebody else caught him, told on him. Carpenter had him go get him and bring him back. And then Carpenter was mad at me for not telling him I had already caught him twice earlier in the day.
Just let him smoke. It's not a big deal. Yeah, he did sound like Christian Bale. He told me the one time, he was like, oh, I love when it's summertime. All the ladies are down by the pool. I get my binoculars out and I watch them. One time that bitch Janet took my binoculars, but I bought a new set. His wife took his fucking binoculars because he was fucking in the apartment complex, like fucking watching fucking women at the pool. And his wife took his binoculars and he just bought another one. He was telling me all about it.
So to tell you the truth,
Stuart is a fucking hero. After you accomplish the things he's accomplished, sure, you deserve a cigarette. And then here comes this fat fucking piece of shit with a hook in his hat telling you can't smoke a cigarette.
Stuart,
what did I fight for? What did I fight in the war for?
Stuart was a fucking retired paper pusher that fucking was round enough. It was faster to roll him than have him walk.
The guy is dead. Relax.
Yeah, you know why?
Relax.
Because he was fat. And
can I put you on fucking timeout? How do you put me on timeout? And look what Stuart is a fucking hero. He's a hero. Oh, hey. So yeah, Stuart was. What are you doing?
I put myself in timeout for a second.
Oh, yeah. Stuart was he was a funny guy. We had some fucking fun times.
Stuart was funny, but I'm gonna say he sounded like Christian Bale because that dude literally smoked more than I've ever seen anyone smoke in my life. I don't think I ever saw him without a cigarette.
He was always smoking, always, and he was like before he like he'd get in the car to like go to the post. He'd smoke before he got in the car. He'd smoke when he got there. Smoked like 5 minutes later. He just like always smoked.
That
so
dude always smoked, and that's probably why he's dead. I've heard the stories about Janet, and from what I understand, being married to that woman probably is part of it.
Yeah.
Bro, Herrera.
What happens if he gets divorced? Like a guy who fucking like that at that age and whatever he's got, like what the fuck's gonna happen? He gets divorced. Like what is he gonna do?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. The last time I saw Herrera, like literally that dude, I was on base and I stopped by and he was on shift. It was nighttime. I had gotten some gas and I was like, oh, let me see if he's there because I knew he was like night watch ship commander. Dude, literally the effort of getting out of his chair, he broke a fucking full-on flop sweat. I was like, bro, you're gonna have fucking wet pits from getting out of that fucking chair.
You know, me and Richardson drove through gate 6, drunk as fucking all hell. Me and Richardson, one night, we drank. We started shift at 4:00 in the morning. We literally drank like a whole big fucking bottle, not the bottle of Jack Daniels, the fucking big bottle of Jack Daniels in a night. And we went to work. And this fucking guy, we drove through the gate and he was sitting there like talking. And I was like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Let's go. And I was like,
Are you talking Herrera? Yeah.
Just get to the station. And then he goes in there and we're standing there and I'm just like trying to sit there and be quiet. He's out there talking to everybody, fucking laughing, being loud. And then we're
Are you talking about Richardson?
Yeah, I got post 5 alpha, which was great because no one was going to bother me.
It's dead.
And he when I'm walking out, he's like blowing in the breathalyzer. He blew like a 0.31 or something like that. I was like, what are you doing? It records it. And like it fucking documents it. What are you doing? Get out of here. And I was like, dude, I was so happy. I got 5 alpha.
You know that someone went in and were like, who was this? Like,
yeah. Somebody's like, who the fuck blew a 0.31?
Who the fuck blew a 0.3? Who the fuck?
Yeah, dude, he was.
What? There's not a report? Who the fuck was this?
We were fucked up. Like, I remember the guy who relieved me like 8 or 9 hours later. Like, the thing smelled. I don't even think I was drinking water all day. I don't think I pissed till noon. And I pissed in like a bottle and it was just like fucking this much. It was just like dark fucking neon yellow. That was so ridiculous. I was like, why do we even go to work? Because if you call in sick or you don't go to work, you get shit on for like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was bad for you guys to be called in sick. I'll tell you what, the time that they called me, I was at a race in Tucson. I was at a race in the stands, and they called me and told me that the dude had locked himself out of the armory. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to. And I was drunk as fuck. I was in Tucson at a racetrack, drunk as shit for a 2-day race. And this fucking dude is like, yeah, Chief says that you need to come back immediately. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. I was like, I'm fucking.
I'll be there. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be there in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll be there in a few. And they were like, well, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, you're gonna fucking call the security officers. What you're gonna do? Because he's the only other person with accommodation safe.
How does riding in the back of an F-15 suck? I've never done it, so somebody would have to explain that to me.
Blacked out. He said he blacked out for most of the ride.
Really?
There's a lot of G's. The G's will fucking make you lose consciousness.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, those guys are like, no, well, we can't call a security officer. You're gonna have to give us the combo. I was like, that's not how this works. You don't get the combo to my fucking safe. The Secco is the only other person with it. And so, like, fucking 10 minutes later, security officer called me and goes, you're not in town? I was like, no, I told you I was leaving. I was going to Phoenix. And they're like, he's like, of course, this is the night that fucking fat idiot, this was that redheaded country boy fucking security officer we had after Mr. Love.
I don't know.
So Mr. Love was the short little black dude that was a friend of mine from a long time ago. This was a new guy that came in. He was from like Kentucky or Alabama or something. He was country as fuck. He's like, so I got to get out of my fucking bed and go unlock a goddamn safe because some fat little motherfucker that doesn't know how shit works locked himself out of the fucking armory. He's like, didn't you put those keys on a fucking thing he can put around his neck? And I was like, that's exactly what I did. He goes, that little motherfucker, that fat little fucking shit didn't.
Mike, you finally told a good story out of 100 fucking stories I've heard you tell over the last month. Dude, he was one that's fucking good.
He was so fucking mad. I'm like at the racetrack with my phone. I'm laughing. I got my beer and I'm trying not to spray beer everywhere. That dude went off for like 3 minutes.
They put it on like that fucking thing you get at the gas station. It's like hooked up to a rim and shit. Like, how the fuck did he lose that? Fucking idiot.
No, it was on a fucking pistol lanyard.
I know. I remember.
You remember it? He was like, I was like, I did. I put it on one of those. That stupid motherfucker. What the fuck did that fat little fucking shit do? I was like, he probably hung it up when he walked in. He goes,
yeah.
Can I fire him?
That was really easy to do, though. I mean, I don't think I ever did it, but that was really something really easy to fucking do.
The last words he said before he hung up was like, can I fire that motherfucker? And I was like, I don't think so, sir. And he goes, God damn it, I can find that combo card you gave me. And then hung up. I was like,
yeah.
Saturday night, I'm in Tucson. I've been there for 2 days.
Someone asked about the truck races.
Say what?
Patino's asking about truck races in Chula Vista. I don't remember those.
You don't remember down at not in Chula Vista. They're out at the casino. They're out at one of the casinos. They have a track out there. I always go up to either Paris Auto Speedway, or all the way up in Lemoore to Kings or out to Tucson. I will go all the way to Fresno. I'll go anywhere for like within 10 hours for a race. But right now the races are all shut down. So fuck. And I don't like NASCAR. It's like dirt track sprint car races.
Did you get your COVID test? They sent you one in the mail?
I don't think I need it. I had it, and then I've been vaccinated twice.
Yeah, they're talking about people going back to the office now. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Oh, it's a rock quarry. I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it for a while. Everything out here, Patina's been shut down for a while.
Are restaurants and shit open out there?
Bro, I don't know. I don't go to fucking restaurants. My wife's a good enough cook. It doesn't make sense to go to restaurants. You know what I mean? Would you get a toothpick stuck in your hand or something? You've been digging at that for fucking ever.
Like I had calluses, so I just pick at them.
Yeah, you know what you should do is use the knife. Just cut them off.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Now you sound like my wife, except she says, you know.
Your wife hates me. I don't even know your wife.
My wife does not hate you. I just told her, I was like, if you ever get to meet Polly, just understand Polly's fucking weird. And she looked at me and she's just like, we've been married for how long? And I was like, fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I need Bill Bridgewater's fucking pie crust recipe. That's something that stuck with me for a long time.
I haven't thought about that dude in fucking forever.
I remember when he made that pie crust. I don't know what it was. The moon and the stars aligned, and that fucking pie crust.
I remember that. It was so fucking buttery.
Good. Yeah, he probably just put a shitload of butter, but it was. So
I would have just I honestly would have just eaten the crust. Like if you had just like baked the crust until it was salty and crispy like that, and just brought it in with no filling, I would have fucking eaten it that way.
Eat the crust.
Like, this is so fucking good. And then he went up and proceeded to give himself more lead poisoning.
Yeah, more dimes than Paulie could scare away. I'm like that guy from The Waterboy who goes, I'm not what you would call a handsome man.
Only uglier.
What did your wife cook, Mike? Tell everyone.
My wife cooks all kinds of stuff. I lived in Japan for 13 years. So I pretty much, if you weren't going to adapt to a Japanese diet, you would fucking die. Unless you just wanted to only eat on the ship, which meant that you'd have dysentery for fucking ever. But no, my wife cooks like Japanese food, a lot of vegetables, stir-fried vegetables, and a little bit of meat, rice, bunch of noodles. Just typically, if you went to a Japanese restaurant, we've probably had it here for supper.
Not a big sushi fan.
Neither is my wife. Actually, my wife does not like fruit. It's unusual. Like her whole family picks on her for it. She doesn't like fish, so we don't eat.
I don't like fish either. I don't like Parmesan cheese, and everybody thinks I'm a fucking maniac.
How the fucking you're Italian? How
Parmesan cheese? My grandma used to put fucking Parmesan cheese on everything. She put it on my fucking cereal. She put it on my stick. She put it on everything. And I just it overpowers the flavor of your food. Like if you want to eat Parmesan cheese, just eat Parmesan cheese. But like it overpowers the flavor of your food. That's all you taste. So what's the point of putting it on there? Like your food tastes like shit to make better food. Instead of just covering it up with fucking cheese, and that's all you taste. There's no point.
What was the name of the restaurant you guys had down there, Point Loma?
Oh yeah, my brother had that restaurant. I don't even remember the fucking name. I can't believe you remember that. God, you're such a fucking psycho. You're like a fucking redneck piece of shit Rain Man. Like, how do you remember all this shit? Like, why aren't you working for NASA CIA?
Okay, if you were to a few years ago have watched like some of my Instagram live feeds, I knew there'd be like 150 people in a live feed with channel like their Instagram names, and I knew all their actual names. Like people would tune in and they're like, "Holy shit, he actually remembers all these people."
Yeah, you tell me where.
Huh? What's up?
Just look at the comments. I'm sure you'll see it. Like as soon as you fucking look.
All of Polly's childhood big back of his head.
I gotta fucking write these down. Oh my god, Shane's fucking incredible,
bro. This is
get out of here, you fucking bot.
Hey, you get the fuck out of here, block user. I don't know why I thought I needed to be Anthony Fauci to do that. Shit, I should have grabbed 2 beers. Still has a kid. Yeah, Polly has Jesus Christ.
He's still a kid.
Polly is still a kid and he has one. Well, I am too. I can't say anything. Hey, you got solo. I'm going to go get something. Talk to the people.
What do you want me to say to them?
I don't know. Say something. I'm not going
I don't ever like being put on the spot like this. What am I supposed to say, Mike? I don't understand. Like, why do you leave me like this? This is your channel. It's not mine.
Huh?
I just follow your fucking lead.
Oh, so you are my my fat little homosexual.
What?
If I'm Jimmy Kimmel, you're that. I shouldn't say bad things, but I'm gonna, because I don't like him. It's not that I don't like him, because I have gay friends. I just don't like him because I don't think he's funny.
Leave him alone.
I just don't think he's funny. He's got a Stacy. He's got a like blur filter set up on his shit.
It's blurred. Plus, this is where like I work from home, so this is where like my work station. So I don't really have anything up.
It's very austere would be the word that most people
I have like shit on all the other walls, but I just purposely put this here so like you can see in the background.
Doesn't the smell bother you?
I had it like this way, but then you can like see my bed, and it's just like I never make my bed, so it's like I just churned it.
You don't make your bed all those years in the military. You don't make your bed.
Fuck no, my bed's a fucking kind of a mess. I have like cooking books and like fucking my sweater and like books from the library, like I get for my daughter. Just shit all over the place.
That's one thing. So from the time I was old enough to be able to make my own bed, I had to make my bed every morning. I can't like I will have a break, like something in my brain will malfunction and misfire if I don't make my bed. My bed is made, the pillows are rearranged, the bed's made, the fucking duvet is folded back down. It just has to at least be
the
neat.
bidet is folded down.
No, I don't have a bidet in my bed. The duvet, which
they say that like you're not supposed to make your bed. That's how you keep all the bacteria inside of it.
I don't like make it up. I pull everything back, and so it's folded all the way back at the.
Yeah, but you still got bacteria in there. Your nasty ass feet.
I don't fucking care.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Have you? Hey,
no, that song gives me a fucking chub.
Hey, Paul. So I know that we're both getting older. Have you seen those AARP commercials where like 50% of Americans will live half their life after the age of 50? And I'm like, don't say that. I don't want that shit.
That's it. Fuck.
I'm like,
getting to the point where like more like when you start seeing more people that you grew up with dying and like more people that you knew when you were like younger that are dying, and you're like, oh fuck, it's creeping in. Yeah,
but the whole thing is like they're saying like a lot of people are living to the age of 100, and I'm like, don't tell me that. I'm like, I'm maybe a 55, 60 guy. I'm not like fucking looking like things aren't as much fun now as they used to be. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to be 100. But I had my checkup the other day, and my doctor did my blood work and took my blood pressure, and he goes, well, it's just all spot on. He's like, you're gonna fucking live forever. I'm like, man, thanks, you dick.
This is how well you can take care of yourself. Some people fucking at 90 are probably suffering, and some people are just like, oh, I'm just hanging out, having a good time. Stacy, what'd you do to get those sheets dirty? Ooh. Sorry.
I was gonna say something, and it just kind of drifted out of my head because well, this custom EDC knives. What's up, bud?
Where's Eric Oakes?
Eric Oakes is probably at his house in Washington with his family, considering he came on his daughter's birthday while they were having a party. I told him he didn't have to, and he was like, you know what? He's like, you've always been really cool. I can pair out an hour and a half. And I was like, Eric, please, you don't have to do this. And he goes, no, I'll log in. And I was like, fuck. Now I felt guilty because I drug him away from his kid's birthday. But if his kid's like mine's been lately, she's like 14, and I'm like, I love you, but get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, she probably don't even care. The fluid's never dry. Shane, you better watch it. You better watch it.
Okay, what are you doing?
You better watch it. Who?
I'm talking to fucking Shane.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Make your bed, the fluid's never dry. You guys don't seem to understand what I'm saying. I have a California King. The part of me that will be sweaty is all the way up at the top, and my sheets and everything are folded all the way back to the bottom, like folded over and then folded over again so the bed can dry.
That doesn't even make sense. That's like a gypsy way of making the fucking bed.
That's
Where the
horrible.
fuck were you raised?
That's
Don't
horrible.
make your bed.
What? What do you mean that's not how you make your bed?
That's not how you make your bed.
Well, that's how I make my bed because I have a fitted sheet. It's not like I'm having to fucking have. It's not like I'm making a fucking rack like I'm in the military where somebody's gonna come and fucking inspect it. But at least I make it neat.
Is your mom that lady that's on TikTok that goes like, "You don't know what it's like being my size, Amy"? Like, is that your fucking mom? You don't know how it is.
Are you talking about the my 600 my?
Yeah, that's what I imagine your mom looks like. And then they fucking roll her out to the local HEB.
That is horrible. That is horrible. My mom does not at all look like that. Matter of fact, my mom came out here and we went to. I did a bunch of videos on YouTube with my mom in them.
Why?
Why? Because she fucking. It was her first trip to California. She came out and got to watch my daughter compete in a competition that centered to the nationals, the national finals, and all that shit.
What is she doing with that? Like, has she gone to like?
Well, they haven't had any competitions really. They've all been like virtual. We were hoping that we could get her, we were hoping that she would be able to have at least a tryout for the next Olympics. And then she got an injury, and now we don't know. There's all kinds of talk about like boycotting the Olympics and shit. So we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Oh my god!
But she had a doctor's appointment there while they were in Japan to get. You know, it's really hard to get like I have Navy medicine. It's really hard to get like MRIs and shit because they just don't want to spend the money. They don't care that she's an athlete. So they, while they're there, since it's so cheap to do anything medical, because Japanese compulsory insurance, because my wife and daughter are both Japanese citizens, it covers pretty much everything. I think it's like $100 a doctor's visit. They're able to get like, if she wants to get MRI, they'll be like, yeah, okay, sure. We'll give you an MRI. It's just fucking just happens.
Fantastic.
So she's getting a lot of like, she's seen like 2 doctors because of her knees. So I think it's just because she grew so fast. Like she literally was growing like half an inch every couple weeks.
Time to hang it up.
And then, so I think it kind of was like growing pains in her knees. Everything got stretched.
It's possible.
How soon can we try to get Jeff and Gavco? I guarantee I get Jeff on here. I started that GoFundMe for him. Guys, that GoFundMe is still active, by the way. Jeff still does need that money.
For what?
So he's a knife maker. He had a shop. That hurricane that blew through here a few months ago, he had tried to waterproof everything and get everything, but they basically, his entire garage from floor to ceiling was full of water. And so, you know, all of his machines, all the electronics, everything for making knives, everything, all the control boxes for his grinders and stuff were basically shot. Plus anything he had out there, like materials and stuff, was probably gone. And just, I mean, even those little screws, they start to add up in price. So we started a GoFundMe for him, and a bunch of people donated and got a bunch. I think we got him like $15,000 or $20,000. So, but Jeff told me he'd be on the podcast anytime I
That's
ever
pretty
asked.
good.
So he's a good guy. I've known Jeff for a few years now. We never really got to meet in person, but we've had like a distance friendship because he's really good friends with another knife maker friend of mine. And that's how we kind of.
Where does he live? Like what area?
Was it New York or New Jersey or something? Where that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was fucking crazy watching those videos.
Yeah, that was just
People were getting
a few months ago.
Like that was insane. That shit's. Can't imagine just like your shit. You just like one day everything's good, and the next day your shit's just completely flooded.
But it wasn't just that. It was the entire like basement and first floor of their house was also flooded out. So like the entire garage was flooded, and then also the bottom 2 floors of the house. New Jersey. He's in New Jersey. So I was like, man. And so we started a GoFundMe, and I put the GoFundMe cap at like 60,000. And I knew I didn't think we'd ever get to it, but at least we had that open. Yeah. But the fact is, it's still open and people still do donate. So I started the GoFundMe for him because he didn't want to do it on his own. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it for you. I didn't even tell him. I just started it. So
what a saint you are. Who's John Grisimo?
John Grimsmo. I talked to John. John Grimsmo is a knife maker in Canada. I talked to John actually, and he said that he hasn't done any podcasts. He doesn't have any plans to do any podcasts. It's not something he's really into. So, but I mean, there's some people like he does his own thing, and he really is. He's not really done very many podcasts or other YouTube channels. I don't think he's done any podcasts. Yeah, Tough has had some tough luck. His name of his company is Tough Thumbs. But yeah, I tried to get John on. Jeff Smith over at Cutlery Lover told me that if I wait a couple years till he gets everything set up, he would come on. And I was like, what do you mean get everything set up? He goes, well, I haven't done any podcasts. He's like, and I still work and I do daily uploads. And I was like, oh, I see what you're saying.
That sounds like me. I don't do daily.
I'm going to try to get to 7 days a week. That's my plan.
How, well, like, yeah, yours is probably because you don't have to fucking make anything. Me, no. I'm making shit. I'm buying shit. I got to clean. I got to move the fucking camera. I got to fucking I got to do the speed. I got to do the dialogue, A-roll, B-roll.
Don't forget, though, so I'm not just like, when I get a knife in, I don't just do a blind review. Each knife gets like a first day in pocket. Like I took it out of the box and then I mess with it and I give like my first impressions. And then I carry it for like a week or two. So I've got like a rotation. I have to like swap knives out and do shit because there's all kinds of shit around here that I have to do. I got to cut stuff. I got to fucking cut down cardboard.
Yeah, but like mine, I got to fucking go to the store. I got to make sure I got everything. I got to fucking set everything up. I got to make sure the camera's all set up. I got to fucking make sure I know what I'm talking about. I got to fucking cook everything, and then I got to clean up. Then I've got to fucking edit. Then I've got to do all this shit. It just takes a little while.
Yeah. Well, and then you have the actual filming, and you got the specs, and you have to film it and not fuck it up. And the second I script anything, like if I try to write down a script, I fuck it up.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to write anything down. I'm just gonna try to, like, if I fuck it up, I'll try to edit it out. Like there's been times where I'll fuck something up. I'll be doing something, and I'll just throw an overlay. I'll just throw a different fucking picture or something over that, and they won't even notice.
I did that the other day. I was doing a video and I was sick. It was last week when I still had the flu. And I was doing a video and I kept calling a knife by the wrong name. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not refilming it. And I went in post and I just put out the audio and those two little sections and dropped in the actual name. And people were laughing about it because it was I kept saying TS305 and it's actually a TS30. I kept saying TS301 and it's actually a TS305. And so I had to go through like 8 different spots and like you can catch it. Like you can see it's
TS305. Like, it's like when they fucking when they do the voiceover dubs, like when they put it on cable and shit. That one was like, I remember Major League. It was like in the movie, he goes, strike this motherfucker out. And
yeah.
Like, the one, remember where he's like, strike this guy out. It was like a completely different fucking voice.
Right? I was like, that's not the guy. Do you remember when we were kids and we would record movies off of TV?
Yeah.
And then you would watch it over and over and over again. The first movie my dad ever recorded was Star Wars. Because it was on TV, and we had that videotape, and we watched it for years.
He tried to pause it whenever the commercials.
And he tried to pause the commercials, but he hadn't figured it out yet. So we still had the commercials, and I was like, so when I watch the actual movie now, I can tell you exactly where every one of the commercial breaks were for that movie because he didn't catch all of the commercial. You could see like he missed it.
Clips,
So there was a little bit of the commercial, and then a little bit of the commercial, and so I still remember where every one of the commercial breaks were on the original Star Wars when it was on TV the first time.
Aiden, you've watched Kung Pao. That movie's so fucking stupid. I only know like 2 people who have ever seen that fucking movie. And
bro, I watched it the other night. I got into this shit and I watched it and I almost couldn't breathe.
It's like, to me, that's like a Nacho Libre. Like Nacho Libre is probably one of my favorite fucking movies. That movie's so fucking stupid. Like it's just incredible. Just every little thing, like a lot of people don't like it. I'm just like, this is like so fucking funny. It's like little subtle stupid shit that they put in here. It's like
I have a handful of movies that are my go-tos for like when I'm baked. I will watch like Kung Pao, or I'll watch. Have you ever watched Death Race 2000, the old original with David Carradine and Sylvester Stallone? And
no,
you haven't seen it. It's like the epitome of 70s horrible movie. And I will watch that thing every time. The Warriors is another one. Did you ever watch The Warriors?
I think I've seen it before, but I don't remember.
Ones where the guys go from like Coney Island to the Bronx and then have to fight their way back.
Yeah.
I I watch that like every time. I'm like, when I get really baked, I'm like, I can't. I got to watch something, or I'm gonna get paranoid, and I'm gonna think about like I quit that government job, and I've doomed my child to living under an overpass, you know, shit like that. That's the shit that pops into my head, and I'm like, all right, I gotta fucking watch something, or I'm gonna be really paranoid, and I'm gonna burn myself.
Got it. They don't need it. Kids, I think kids who have everything, like they don't end up better off. Like in some aspects they do, but like they don't really develop like the work ethic or like that they need to really survive in the world.
She doesn't need anything. As long as she can skate, like that kid gets herself. I've said it before. Her self-discipline is insane. She gets herself up every day that she doesn't. So days that she's not on the ice at 5:30, she gets up at the same time anyway and goes for a run. She has like one of the safety vests.
Yeah, you've told me that, and that's fucking absolutely insane.
She gets up.
I've never fucking met a kid who was that disciplined. Like that's
and if she has to skate, she gets up, she packs her skate bag, she gets everything ready, and then she wakes her mother up.
Yeah, like usually kids who are that disciplined who do that with sports, like it's usually their parents who are forcing them to do it, and like their parents will fucking be like, "Let's go," and like push them into it. But
we're pretty much on where she runs it herself. She has a set time that she does her stretching. She knows what days, like she can tell you the ice skating schedule at every rink in San Diego. There's like 6 of them, and she knows. And I'm like, well, you guys skating tomorrow? She's like, no, Daddy, tomorrow that rink is not open. That's hockey time. So we have to skate here. She's like, don't you know the schedule? I'm like, no, I just need you to tell me which fucking rink I'm driving to. I don't give 2 shits about this. Like if I had it my way, you wouldn't be going because it's expensive. Like ice time at one rink is like $400 a month. She goes to 2 rinks. She has passes at like 2 rinks. We're paying like probably $600 a month in ice time.
That's crazy.
Plus skating, plus like I said, that's why I do the GoFundMe. A single set of blades for her skates are like $800. Then the boots that they go on are another $4 to $6. So yeah, guys, share that GoFundMe.
Pootie Tang's fucking. I think Pootie Tang's was like an SNL. No, it's not an SNL.
No, Pootie Tang, dude, you should watch on. It's
Undercover Brother was. No, it wasn't. I remember that one though.
Yeah, Undercover Brother was funny. Pootie Tang is hilarious.
Yeah, Hot Shots is fucking funny. That's another one that's like funny. I think my favorite's probably Major League out of all of them. That shit, I love that fucking movie.
I like Major. Was it Major League 2 where they had the Japanese dude?
Yeah, dude.
I watched that because
that one's
that
funny
comedian.
too.
That comedian, actually, the funny thing about it, because the reason it's so funny is that comedian is from my wife's hometown, and so like her parents remember him growing up and shit, coming in and out of the shop to get stuff for his grandfather.
A little nice and respectful.
Huh?
Was he all nice and respectful? Then he like goes.
Yeah, he was. They talk. My father-in-law remembers when he was a kid. Because my father-in-law was a little bit older than him. So he already had like started his shop. He was a carpenter, but he also had a hardware shop where my mother-in-law worked. And then he would work there part-time in the afternoons while he wasn't on job sites. And so he says he remembers him coming in because that kid's grandfather like had a shop down the road and he would come in and get like tools and shit for his grandfather's shop. And so we would watch that movie and my father-in-law would tell me every time, like, I know him. He used to come to the shop. I'm like, yeah, I fucking know, Papa.
That's a funny ass character from that movie. That's even the second one's just as funny as the first one. They're fucking both good.
Yeah, they're both. But then fucking Japan's weird because you'll meet like really big celebrities in Japan. Like I've met a few of them, like Japanese celebrities, and you wouldn't really know. You'll like be somewhere and they just show up, and it's just everyone just pretty much ignores the fact that they're there. Like if they're at like an event or a venue, like there's crowds and shit. Yeah. But if they like show up to a bar or a restaurant, people see it and they're like, oh, hey, it'd be like you being at like Taco Bell and be like, hey, look, there's Brad Pitt. That's how Japanese people treat it.
That's kind of funny. You know what? My daughter's school, she had like a birthday party we went to last summer. And like this guy I was talking to, he's like a firefighter. And I've been talking to him the whole time. And his wife like was there. And I was talking to his wife too. And like, they didn't even ever mention it, but this lady's like an actress. She was like, and she's been in a bunch of movies. She's on like some TV show that's like a regular scheduled show on like NBC.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't have any fucking clue. They had like somebody had mentioned it after they had left, but they had like never even mentioned her or anything. Like didn't say anything about her doing it or anything like that.
I mean, that's got to be cool. Can you imagine being that famous? Like, that's got to be really cool to just be able.
They
to
all knew. Like, I was the only one. I'm like, that's how it is. Like with the fucking school. Like when we go to like school events, and they all know each other, and I'm just like, who the fuck are all these people?
Right.
So,
well, hey guys, it's been 2.5 hours, and I want to go to bed. Oh, Polly's just this is how Polly is. Like, we'll be having a conversation. Polly's not one for long goodbyes. Polly's favorite
I will
thing
literally be at like a Christmas party, and I will just walk out the door and never say anything to anybody. I was gonna tell you, I was like, yeah, I think it's fucking midnight. I gotta go to bed.
All right, bro. Love you, man. Take it easy. Right. Go follow Polly. It's Purple Heart Barbecue.
It is. Yes.
It is. Yes. Go follow him.
All right. Bye, guys.
Later. Guys, it's late. I'm tired. I'm a little bit high, possibly a bit crossfaded. I probably should have been reading you guys' comments, but I will tell you the truth. I get into a conversation with Polly, and it's a lot of fun. So, at any rate, there's 20 of you guys here. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm going to bed. What do you mean? Shaking your head no at me? The dog shook her head no. Anyway, guys, yeah, I love y'all. Take it easy. Go check out the video. I put up a video today, and no one really watched it. It was like 59 views. So go check it out. If it doesn't do any better, I'm gonna take it down and repost it. So, all right, guys, later. That's not it. There's the button. Sorry.